Here, Middays with Marks on 97.5. The Fanatic, John Marks, Ray Diggity Dunn. No number 2 today, which means, Ray, you're the number 2 and the number 3 chair. Good morning, Ray Dunn.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm excellent. It's a game day.
Thank God.
It is a game day. They're back, man. What feels like weeks. A little bit more than a week. A little bit more than 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks. Been a while. How long has it been? 2 weeks?
15 days.
Oh, my God.
It feels like I saw the Phillies more recently.
Yes. Well, not quite. Well, Major League Baseball still hasn't had any free agent signings. Actually, there's been 2.
No. Instead of bringing anyone in, they're just threatening to throw your superstar in a ditch.
That's coming up later on in the show, our MLB report. Bryce Harper's getting thrown in a ditch. There's pitchers that are intensely throwing balls for money, and they're not signing any free agents. That's coming up later.
The stove is hot.
Oh, man, hot stove MLB. Well, Ray, we have a game tonight. This is all the way down. I don't know if John and Andrew had saw this. It opened up at, 3? The betting line? 2.5, 3?
2.5, I think it was.
I may have seen it at 3 in some spots. Down to 2.5, down to 2, down to 1.5, down to 1. Last night, when I was recording my Bet Parks pick of the day, it was down to 0.5 point. As we sit here today at 10 o'clock on a game day in the month of November, it is a pick 'em. So why did it swing as much as it did over the course of the last week? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. There's a lot of money that is pushing that back, that is pushing that down to where now the game is a pick 'em. And it's a matter of whether or not you think that it's smart money that's pushing it down, or it's people that are saying, yeah, the Eagles are going to win, and Vegas is running from it for a little bit. But, I feel confident in tonight's game. And sometimes I want to step out of the Philadelphia Eagle fan bubble that we live in and say, okay, is it justified that I'm feeling confident about the game tonight? And for the most part, I think I have a pretty good read on this team from week to week, a week in and week out basis. I don't think this is a blowout tonight by any stretch of the imagination, but the Eagles are the better team. And even though they're on the road, the Eagles right now, what I saw before the bye, seem like that they're starting to play their best football now. Nick Sirianni, as a head coach after the bye, is 4-0, lifetime record 4-0. So he's had 4 times after the bye, 4-0, but no more famous than last year, where they kind of limped into the bye after 4 games, and they came out. They decided what they were going to be. They said that we have to run the ball more. Some of the veteran leaders went to Nick Sirianni, went to Kellen Moore and said, hey, lean on us. We can run the ball. And it changed the season. They went 10 straight wins after the bye week. And I don't feel that the Eagles are going to run the table here after the bye week, because they have a really tough schedule immediately after this game against the Packers. But This is a statement game tonight for the Packers as much as it is for the Eagles. The Packers need to prove to the rest of the NFL and to themselves, I suppose, that they aren't the team that just lost to Carolina. That they're not the team that can tie a game. That they are, as many people thought after the first week of the season, the team or one of the teams to beat in the NFC. Because when I look at the Packers right now, I see a team that is in the second tier of contenders in the NFC. Eagles, Lions, Seahawks, and the Los Angeles Rams. And the Packers are that notch below. They'll be a playoff team. They're a good team. But this is as much of a week for the Eagles to come out off of the bye saying, all right, let's go. Now we start the second half of our season. We're a little bit healthier. We feel like we have a better idea of what we want to do offensively. Guys have gotten healthier. The line's gotten healthier. So this is a statement game for both teams. Now, how do they match up, and how do you evaluate that? We'll have Zach Berman from The Athletic on around 11 o'clock today. He's up in Green Bay, obviously. We'll get his thoughts on it. But to me, the Eagles are the better team. And it doesn't work week to week in the NFL that the better team always wins. But where it is in the schedule, how the team is playing at the current time. Now, the Packers are coming off of a really bad loss at home to Carolina. Do they just flick the switch and they say, okay, let's go, we're back, and we're going to make a statement? I don't think the Eagles are prepared for the Packers to come out and have them some kind of a statement game against them. This is going to be a close game. But as far as confidence level, Ray Dunn, all right, scale 1 to 10, about an 8.5 confident. Close to a 9, maybe by the end of the show, 9. 8.5. Would I be shocked if the Eagles lost the game? No, of course not. Would I be surprised? Yep, I would be surprised at this point.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to that shock range. I don't know if this started maybe as we started to go through the season, like September and October. I started looking towards this game, thinking more and more. Once they won those last 2 games, we get into the bye. You give the Sirianni numbers, and I can already tell that coming up later on today, that's going to be force-fed to you for 4 hours about how great he is off a bye, and he's just such a genius when he gets more than a week to put together a plan for his team to succeed. He's just, he's really
I'm
just
the smartest coach in the world.
The smartest coach in the world when you're coming off of a bye. And looking at this Packers team right now, it's not so much that they lost to the Panthers. It's not so much that it's a team that lost to the Browns or tied the Cowboys. You pick whatever embarrassing moment of their season you want. There's a couple of them for a team that's supposed to be competing in the NFC. They right now are banged up with pass catchers on offense. Obviously, you saw what happened with Tucker Kraft. Matthew Golden's been banged up. You look across that wide receiver room. They've done enough in the wide receiver department to put themselves in a position to succeed over the last couple of years. No one's taken over as that number 1 guy. And a lot of those guys have missed time here, there, been banged up. They're banged up again there. That's a concern on the Packers side of things against this Eagles team because that's where you think they'd be able to get you. That's secondary. We still don't know who the second corner is. All that fun we talked about, all the trades, Jair Alexander's not making the trip.
I think we could say this. He's not the second corner. He comes out on the field for practice, and he gets a coach's decision knee injury. As the designation.
It's injury management. He's going to be fine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You know what I think happened? They put him on the field, and they said, no, man. We can't have this guy play.
I think Howie picked up the phone. Harbaugh, are you serious, man? You serious?
But that's why they gave up the difference between a 6th and a 7th round draft pick.
I said it. When he said he thought he was going to bring leadership, and that was the first thing he thought, that's never a good sign for you. If
Not
he's
a
looking
good
to
sign.
bring confidence.
Not a good sign so far for the Jair Alexander era of Eagles football.
But it might not matter because the Packers are banged up offensively, at least when you look at their pass catchers. I think that's a big deal coming into tonight's game. And where was the big point of success for the Panthers against that Packers defense? They ran the football. And they ran it right at the man that the Packers traded for early on this season. Jerry Jones had one thing right. Bad process, one good take. Micah Parsons against the run, not exactly what you're looking for.
Right. Well, actually, I mean, you had said it because my pick of the day is the Eagles and Saquon Barkley over 100 rushing yards.
Wow.
Because that's how you're going to win this game. You run right at Micah Parsons. You run at him, and again, remember was that for a whole week we were pass the ball, hashtag pass the ball?
Yeah, throw the ball. We're the throw the ball show.
Okay.
Yeah, we got that one right.
That was for a week. Now I'm back to being run the ball. And it's going to be Saquon. Tonight is going to be Saquon and playing off of Saquon. You see what happens when you line up under center? Brett Toth, MVP, shout out.
MVP.
People laugh at us for saying that, but it's changed this offense. The play action is suddenly working well. Fred Johnson comes in with the jumbo package, and they're able to now run the ball or pass the ball out of that. They're protecting Jalen Hurts. What do you notice about Jalen Hurts? Much more confident when he's back there, and he's not worrying about pressure. To me, this is the wrong time to be facing the Eagles coming out of a bye, getting healthy, and playing how they've played on offense. It's Saquon Barkley, but you know who the star of the game is, and it's going to be against your guy Jordan Love. And I know this is a tough one for you tonight because Jordan Love's going to feel it. The key to this game is the pass rush because you're getting BG, high motor, Brandon Graham coming out of retirement for 10 to 12 snaps, and he's gonna make his presence shown early in the game with a sack.
Thank you, 97.5.
This is an Eagles defensive game. I believe the Eagles set the tone and win this game based on their defense, and the offense plays off of it. I'm not expecting an explosive, high-scoring Eagles offense. Controlling the ball with Saquon Barkley, a couple of big plays in the passing game. Jalen Hurts throwing the ball 20 times, and the defense, turnovers, sacks, boom. That's how they win it. We're going back to the future in this game to what we saw last year. Defense running the football, Jalen Hurts, big plays. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975, Ray Dunn.
That's interesting. I see this one as offense-driven. I really do. And I think it might be that they take control with that running game, like I mentioned, going after Parsons, the way the Panthers did that. I just think you've had 2 weeks now to put it together. You've had 2 weeks to get healthy. That offensive line finally going to be healthy-ish. Still no Cam Jurgens, but you've got the MVP and Brett Toth. And we're getting close to Jersey territory. Like, maybe not full, real, authentic Jersey, but, like, I might shop overseas for a Toth jersey.
I don't think you can get authentic Toth jersey.
We're gonna customize one. We'll find
What's
a way
his
to
first
get
name? I don't remember his first name.
Brett.
Brent Toth. I was going
Right.
to say Brian, and that I knew that wasn't.
It starts with a B. You were close. He's the MVP. But you're going to get close to a healthy offensive line. You've got a healthy A.J. Brown back. Saquon Barkley finally got going against that Giants team. I think this is offensive-driven tonight.
Last week against Carolina, Green Bay gave it up on the ground. Yeah, Rico Dowdle was running all over them. They gave up, I think they gave up 160 rushing yards. The Eagles offense can run multiple guys now, and Jalen Hurts in the running game. This is going to be a fun one. Your thoughts, 610-632-0975 on the text line and on the phone line, 610-632-0975. Randy Moss picked the Packers to win this game yesterday on ESPN, and he called it a statement game for the Packers. Do you believe this could be a statement game for the Eagles? What can they prove to you tonight? Your phone calls, your texts coming up right after this. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered with Ricky Bo, Bill Collar.
line these two may meet in the playoffs later on. I think this is Green Bay's year. Michael Parsons will be the factor. Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Randy Moss, that was on Countdown yesterday. We're back. It is Middays with Marks Football Monday on the program, brought to you by the local Bryant Home Comfort Team. Visit nopaybryant.com to keep your HVAC in the starting lineup. Hoo-ah. All right. Okay. All right. Statement. I mean, you can make it is a statement game for the Packers. Absolutely. It is. You want to be considered with the Lions and the Seahawks and the Rams? Win the game. You want to be looked at as you know what? They are who we thought they were. They let them off the hook. And for the Eagles, so I hate to make the case for why this game isn't as important for the Eagles as it is the Packers, but if the Eagles were to lose to the Packers, it's on the road. They lost last week. They haven't lost 2 consecutive home games since 2013. So it's been a while since they've done that. And the Eagles then have to bounce back next week against the Lions. If you go 1-1 over these next 2 weeks, it's not the end of the world. You go 0-2, I'm taking a couple weeks off after that. I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of 0-2 Eagles.
I mean, even if they lose this game tonight, tomorrow, the short week, kind of cycle that we're going to fall down is not going to be great. Because
No, it wouldn't be great.
If we wake up tomorrow where they lose this game, and again, we feel pretty confident here. So I don't even like to. I feel like when Sam Wilson was here, we're talking about manifestation. I feel like I'm doing a bad job right now of manifesting something very poor. But just walk with me down this dark path. They lose tonight. We come in here tomorrow. They've now lost to the Packers. They've got a Lions team that we all watched.
Was rolling yesterday.
Yeah, we all watched yesterday. We'll get to that coming up. We're going to feel very insecure about where they stand in the NFC. The seeding all of a sudden takes a nosedive for what you want. And then it's like, all right, short week at home against the Lions team that's rolling. Doesn't feel as great to try and salvage a 1-1. You win today, you feel like you're playing with house money for the rest of the month.
So we'll hit some texts. We'll hit the phones in a second. Hang on, Bob. We'll start with you. But just looking at the point spread, okay? Next Sunday, the Chiefs are at the Broncos. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites on the road. The Broncos are 8-2. The Chiefs are 5-4, right? Why are they 3.5-point favorites? Vegas obviously says they're not losing that game. The Broncos have been winning games, but they're not really an 8-2 team. No confidence in the Broncos. Next week, the Eagles are 1.5 favorites over the Lions. A little bit of a short line, but they also recognize short week, Monday Night Football, maybe the Lions and the Eagles, that the Lions are a bad matchup for the Eagles. So then let's put it towards tonight. It's a pick 'em. It wasn't a pick 'em to start. But normally Vegas doesn't move away from a point spread unless they're worried about too much money coming in on one side. So they've adjusted the point line. It's changed a point in less than a day. So obviously there's some late money coming in on the Eagles. Now, is it smart money or is it dumb money? I mean, I think it's smart money. I'm picking the Eagles tonight. If I was outside of Philly, I'd pick the Eagles tonight. That's an Eagle line. The Packers have every reason to be desperate to get a win tonight. Lost last week. They're looking at their division and they're saying, wow, the Bears keep winning games. The Lions won yesterday. The Seahawks are legit. And it's a pick 'em. So, I feel extremely confident. You know what? I'm up to a 9.
Whoa.
9 out of 10 confidence.
Only took one segment.
But you brought me down to an 8 when you were talking about your confidence. When everybody's confident, I'm not happy.
Okay.
So,
you want me to just...
No, you're okay. I'm back up to a 9.
All right, sounds good. We'll find someone in the back that's not confident.
Let's go to Bob. Bob's in Arlington, Massachusetts. Bob, go ahead. How are you?
Hey, John, I used to call you when you were with the John and Sean show, and you were so great back then, and I'm glad that you're back on the air, and I want to talk Eagles.
Did you hear Sean? Did you hear Sean with me last week?
Yeah, a little bit of it, too.
Cool.
Yeah, he was on there last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, was it Thursday Sean was on? Yeah, so he's going to be in the rotation. He'll be on. He's not going to be on this week, but he'll be on once a week or so.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I want to talk Eagles. I think if we block Micah Parsons and if we contain Jordan Love, we can beat this team. Because I think we beat them the first time last year, the first game of the season when we were in Brazil. And I think this year, I think we can contain them. If we contain them, those two guys, I think. And I think they're out with Tucker Kraft.
He's out for the season. Yeah, he torn ACL. Yeah, then Ray was saying this earlier. Doesn't it always seem like that the Packers have 5 or 6 wide receivers and none of them are ever healthy? You can never rely on any of them. It's Watson, it's Reed. They always have this seemingly talented group of wide receivers that never stay healthy. So we're right back there this year.
Yeah, and I think if we contain their wide receivers, because they're out with Tucker Kraft, and now that we can contain the 2 guys that I mentioned, I think we can beat this team and come out with a victory after our bye week. That's my opinion.
So you're feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good. I'm stuck up here in Patriots territory.
They got a good team up there.
They have a good team, but they haven't really beat anybody with a winning record. That's what I thought, and they finally beat somebody with a winning record yesterday.
Well, they beat I appreciate it, but they beat the Bills earlier this season. What a bad loss for the Bills yesterday. Who saw that one coming? I mean, are we like, are we? Is it a game day? Can we start doing Eagle chants? Is that something we can do? It doesn't seem like the format of the station of the show. I can give you a good Eagles chant.
We got what? We get some teachers to call. Let's get the classrooms doing the chant as well. Why not?
Why not? Get my 4-year-old to do it.
Yeah.
She was the latest to learn the Eagles chant for whatever reason.
I can tell you last night in the pouring rain, thunderstorm, people walking out of Xfinity Mobile Arena last night, the Eagles chant was going hard after a Sixers loss.
That's because it was a loss.
Yeah.
You were down there?
Yeah.
Oh, you have your tickets?
No, I was working.
Oh, you were Comcast.
Posting weight, yeah.
Oh.
I took off the headphones. I was like, am I hearing that right? And it was thunderstorm, lightning, whole thing. People going to their cars in the parking lot. Eagles chants.
It was lightning and thunderstorms
home.
last night?
Yeah. Go home.
We didn't get them up in Collinsville.
Oh, really?
No.
I'll dry up in college.
I was awake, so it's not like I missed it. No, I was actually out. I ran out. I was trying to make peace with my wife, so I went out looking for 100 grand bars.
Did you find any?
I had to go. So I went to the Wegmans. They didn't have them, and I went to the CVS. But I was sprinting to CVS to try to get there before the 10 o'clock closure, and I made it in about 9:53, and I did. I got 2 for $3, 100 grand bars.
Underrated.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm a fan.
It didn't help make peace, but I made it.
Hey,
I got the 100 grand bars.
What's it? A for effort?
Yeah, in that particular grading system, there's no effort that is rewarded. Can you give me some text messages, either positive or negative? It feels like everybody has the Eagles winning this week.
Yeah, we got the overconfident texter here, Vinny and Lancaster, with the Eagles 34, Green Bay 14. Book it. So that's if you.
Okay, let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Better chance of happening: Eagles 34-14 or Packers 34-14?
Ooh.
I don't see a scenario the Eagles are losing by 3 touchdowns.
No.
I see a scenario the Eagles win by 3 touchdowns.
No, but we got someone that chimed in when you said that when you get more confident, when you feel everyone else being confident, you get less confident. Someone said, I saw one show picked all Eagles. That was it for me. I don't feel good about tonight.
All right, well, we need people that see the same things that I do. I'm electing not to pay too close attention to it because sometimes the obvious answer is the correct answer, right?
Right. And the obvious answer is the Eagles win tonight. But why
Correct.
wouldn't they win?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, then they wouldn't win because, see, the way they've been rolling on offense, and I feel like that they finally, remember last year when they figured out the formula and they said, this is how we can do it. And there was bitching about the passing offense and Jalen wasn't good enough and everything else. And then over the last 2 weeks, something clicked. They lined up something as silly as lining up under center. And Patullo seems like he's got a much better grip of the personnel and what's working for them. And then you go in, and then you have a bye week. Did you see that Sirianni had the staff coming over to his house to do work at the house so he could bother him over the house and nitpick and make fun of him or whatever? I mean, everything seems to be rolling right now.
So much good.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers, Josh Jacobs, we didn't mention him. Josh Jacobs is really good. So it's not like the Packers don't have some players on offense as well. And then Ray Dunn's favorite player in the history of the NFL, Jordan Love, also. You know, like Jordan Love, does he exude a lot of confidence that it's like, oh, man, it's going to be tough to beat Jordan Love? Never felt like that.
Feels like it to me.
It does.
It really does.
All right, text line, phone line, 610-632-0975, 610-632-0975. Feedback. It's the final segment of the show. It doesn't mean that you can't get in right now with your comments on everything that we're talking about. Or you can text our text line. Just put feedback in your name. But the email address is 975feedback@975thefanatic.com. We will play the best messages with our AI voice at the end of the show. But coming up next, we've watched the point spread move to a pick'em. But why were the Packers favored in the first place? Mike Florio wondered that exact same thing. What would be your one point of concern tonight? We'll get into that coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Eagles finally return. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a game there in Green Bay to play the Packers in a rematch of last season's wild card matchup. Nick Sirianni is looking for his third win over the Packers in 15 months. Earlier this week, he was speaking about how much he respects Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur for all that they have accomplished already and obviously what they have meant as competitors against him over the years.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach Flores won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
Tonight, Bird's pregame show here on The Fanatic begins at 6 o'clock. Tune in for that for Connor Thomas and myself, getting you set for kickoff. The Sixers lost 111-108 to the Pistons last night. Tyrese Maxey had 33 points in the loss. They're back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. Over the weekend, the Union find out finally when they're going to play their conference semifinals game. That one November 23rd at 7:30. This update is brought to you by Aleve. Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you with just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
45.5. I'm surprised that the Packers are favored.
Yeah.
Did they not watch the game against the Panthers? Have they not watched how the Eagles have snapped out of their funk in recent weeks? Have they not watched Jordan Love fail to deliver in a big spot pretty much all year long? I mean, this may be a best bet for me. I look at that spread and it's like, wait, is this wrong?
Well, Mike Flores would have gotten 2.5 points. How about that? Now it's a pick 'em. We're back. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Yeah, it went pretty quick. When did he record that? Was that Friday? It was still
Friday.
2.5? Yeah. Yep. It is when I was tracking it, and last night I was doing my Bet Parks video, and it was a half a point. Actually made more sense to bet the money line than deal with the half a point. It was better odds, actually. Not that it matters. No, it was one last night. It was a half a point when I woke up this morning. It is now a pick 'em. The Eagles are going to be favored in this game when it's all said and done.
It's interesting because I'm on the sports book of choice for myself, and it is a 1.5 still for Green Bay.
Huh. So sometimes you're on FanDuel. Sometimes between FanDuel and Bet Parks and all the other ones, they actually on purpose have it a little bit differently so you can shop around. So, like right now, if you like the Eagles in the game, you'd rather have a 1.5 than not have anything at all. So then you would go over there. Let me see where it's at right now. It's just it's interesting to see how this all works and how money affects it, because honestly, a lot of times, even if there's money coming in on one side, if the books feel like, well, these are all these suckers betting this, we're gonna keep it, and we're gonna encourage, because when you move the line, you're trying to discourage people from taking one side. So that's why you would move it from 2.5 to a pick 'em, is you don't want any more people betting on the Eagles. So it makes sense that you would then go with the Eagles. Yeah, I'm still looking at a pick 'em right here.
Wow.
How about that?
So what would be the reason for concern though tonight? Like we're very confident. The
Micah
more texts
Parsons.
we get, Micah Parsons the reason for you?
Yep. Micah Parsons moving him around, standing up. You got the RNVP Toth doesn't look as good. They line Parsons up over top of him, standing up in a joker position. Yeah, their defense is good, but I counter that with running right at them. I don't care. Well, I'm gonna run at you. Remember what they did a couple years ago against them? They literally didn't block them, and they RPO'd him to death.
I remember that game. That was very fun, very very fun day.
Yeah, they had no answer for it. You expect them to be a little bit better. This is also a different defense, a different coordinator. They're using him a little bit differently than they did in Dallas. But still, that would be the reason for me, is that because the key with Jalen Hurts in the passing game, and really the Eagles' running game, is the offensive line play. So if Micah Parsons is a constant disruptor and they have other guys who can get to the quarterback too, that's going to be a problem.
You went over my one concern when you were talking about what we've been talking with the Eagles, when you were going into the run the ball, throw the ball thing. I think, and I can't say that I've been very tapped into Wisconsin radio over the last week, but I would think with Josh Jacobs there and some of the struggles they had offensively, they probably have their own subsection of that fan base that's doing the run the ball chants over the last couple weeks. And that is the one thing tonight that could concern me. We have seen at times this Eagles defense be susceptible to the running game. If this Packers team is able to control the pacing of the game, if Josh Jacobs has that type of game where the Eagles are just like, oh, we got to kind of go score for score with this group because they're controlling the pace of the game. We see one of those Patullo-esque quarters where they have like 2 3-and-out drives and they only have the ball for 3 minutes of game time. That would be the one thing where I could say, yeah, I could see the Packers taking over the game that way. If it goes that way, that would be the only thing that terrifies me about this matchup right now, which is a lot coming from me. I didn't even mention Jordan Love. Jordan Love is the one thing that concerns me for tonight. I went Jacobs.
Jordan Love attempts per game, 37, and going from their last game against Carolina. And it's not like that this was a game that they were behind, because if you're behind by 2 touchdowns, you're going to have to throw the ball.
Right.
So sometimes the numbers lie. That wasn't the case. 37 attempts, 29 attempts, 26, 43, 25, 31, 22. So they've shown that they don't have to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. They won when they had 22 attempts. They lost with 25. They won with 26. So for the most part, if Jordan Love's under 30, they're winning almost every game. Jacobs is good. He is. But Monday Night Football, don't you almost have the propensity to where you want to air the ball out because it's Monday Night Football and Jordan Love and everything else?
But after the loss to the Panthers, aren't you reassessing everything you did in that game, saying, hey, maybe we should have a concentrated effort to pound the rock here?
You should. I mean, it's not great that they're coming off a loss and they haven't lost consecutive games at home since, 13 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Nah.
So
All records have to be broken.
Eagles are breaking it this year with the NFC East.
That's right.
How about that? And there's also something else to it that we haven't mentioned so far. And I would have, this was the lead to the game back in the offseason when the Packers got behind the NFL and said, hey, we will take the baton and we will try to get the push banned. And Nick Sirianni downplayed it this past week when he was talking to the media, but I think you'd be foolish not to try to use it, not publicly when talking to the media, but if I'm talking to the team the night before, I'm telling them, you see what this team tried to do? Because no one can beat us when we're doing what we want to do, this team right here, this organization tried to ban the tush push. And look where we are right now. No one will stop talking about it. It was these guys. Micah Parsons hates the tush push. This is the battle of the tush push, this game right here. And with Nick made nothing better. The first play of the game, blue 42, hot. They just run a tush push.
Dog mentality.
Just to say F you guys. All right? We're going to do this all game long. I need at least 2 tush push touchdowns tonight. At least 2. All right?
I'm good with 2 tush push touchdowns. They come out run tush push on the first play. I will be upset tomorrow.
3rd and 7? Give me a tush push.
Jesus. Honestly, it's better than the cowardly draw. I would feel more comfortable with them running the tush push on 3rd and 7 than the cowardly draw.
I didn't mind the cowardly draw.
Well, I hate the cowardly
draw.
No,
I thought it was fine at the time. They were deep back in their territory. They did it a couple times early in the season. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Look, Herb's on the line. Herb texted me he wants to do an Eagle chant.
Really?
You think Herb can do a good Eagle chant?
Of course.
Could we just have an entire show of Eagle chants? People call in. Let's go to the phones and they do Eagle chants. We hang up. I'm sure Scott Massler, our program director, would be pleased with that.
Sure, he'd love it.
Herb's going to try coming up next. 610-632-0975. Also, before the weekend, the Eagles-Packers was a matchup of the NFC's marquee. Did the weekend show that the powers of the NFC played yesterday? Good teams playing yesterday in the NFC. We'll discuss that coming up after this. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about Morgenstern hair. That is correct. All right, so if you don't know this, I had a hair restoration procedure done with Morgenstern Hair and their hair team over there. What did we do? 5 years ago now. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello, YouTube. But if you're not, you can go back and watch YouTube whenever. But you can see the results are amazing. And I wasn't totally bald, but I was at that point where I was starting to lose my hair. And I remember I shaved my head one time because I just hated the way that my hair looked. I had the receding hairline. And I shaved my head, and it looked worse because I was scary looking with the shaved head. So I said, man, this isn't it either. Went to Morgenstern Hair, got the hair restoration procedure, and really, like you look at it right now, the results are amazing. My barber, John, my old barber, John, I told him when I was sitting in the chair that I had the procedure done, and he looked at me with a side eye, and he's like, what do you mean? Like, I had hair transplant. I had hair restoration. Like, where? Like, my hair. And someone that close to your hair can't see it because it's your real growing hair. That's what it is. It's science. You get your hair back. And I get my hair cut every couple of weeks up at the razor bar, just like I always have. That's what you get. You get your hair back. And there's 3 locations, Morgenstern Hair Restoration, Ballard, Kenwood, Wayne, and Lancaster. So there's one near you. And this is the same team that I've been dealing with for well over a decade. I still check in for maintenance to keep my hair looking great. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. And right now, $300 off your hair transplant. Limited time offer. When you call 610-980-4000, 610-980-4000, tell them that you heard it on Middays with Mark. Say John Mark sent you. $300 off your hair transplant. Morgenstern Hair Restoration, 610-980-4000.
Philadelphia is a sports city.
like, I don't know that he gets as much public acclaim as he gets from his peers. And when you talk to NFL players and you ask about Stafford, they talk about him different than they talk about just about any other quarterback. He's playing at a really high level. He's got Devontae Adams now to go with Puka Nacua, and they have such a good front on defense. They should have won, if we're being honest. They should have won that game against the Eagles earlier in the season. So I would say they're the biggest threat right now. But
Also, my answer. We're back. That was Tim McManus with Harry and I on Friday. We're back. Zach Berman's the Athletic's going to join us live from Green Bay coming up at 11 o'clock. The Rams put up a 42-burger on San Francisco yesterday, which was a entertaining game. Good games yesterday. That was one of the late window games. And that was Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Stafford was slinging the ball all over the place. Detroit rolled Washington. Washington's done. I don't know why they would bring what's his name back? Why am I blanking on his name? Daniel.
I'm afraid that's Bear in the forest.
Oh, that was supposed to be the It's Over Johnny drop.
What is it?
It's Bear in Forest. Somebody saved over the It's Over Johnny drop.
These people. And then Detroit, I mentioned Detroit, and then Seattle. That game was over fast. It was 28-0 in the first quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
A couple scooping scores off of Jacoby Brissett getting sacked.
Well, I got like the fantasy notification because I was driving in at that time that Trey McBride had a big catch. I was like, oh, it's nice. The Cardinals are putting up a fight. Now he just had a big catch in the midst of them losing by 21 points.
They made a little bit of it. It was already too late, but they made a little bit of a run. But yeah, Trey McBride, he's my fantasy tight end. He had a big game.
Yeah, it's good. Jacoby Brissett, he's not going to win them football games. He's going to win me fantasy games. And that's really what matters.
Garbage yards are fine in fantasy football.
Gannon's not going to end up to coach that team long term. It's fine.
No, it was I would have bet my life that he wasn't going to be a successful coach there.
But the Seahawks, maybe time to call them legit?
No, they're legit. I put the Packers behind the Seahawks. Their defense is legit. Here's the reason why you would question the Seahawks. I'll give you one guess. It rhymes with Sam Darnold.
Yeah. In the playoffs, what version of Sam Darnold shows up?
We saw it at the end of the year last year for the Vikings, and then we saw it in the playoffs. Yep. Yeah, he's looked great. He's MVP. MVP Darnold. Lions legit. Rams legit. Eagles. They're your four tier one teams in the NFC right now.
So here's the one thing that when it comes to the Seahawks, because every year, and Sam Darnold was the victim of this last year, he was kind of the empty calorie win team, where it's like when you look at who they beat, yeah, no kidding, you got to 13, 14 wins. The Steelers, not a fan. Saints are what they are. Cardinals stink. Jaguars, better than they've been, but it's still the Jaguars. Texans, meh. Washington, meh.
Meh.
Cardinals obviously are what they are. Like it's hard to discredit a team that's won 8 games. I don't want this to come across, or 7 at this point.
But that stuff matters.
But they do kind of give me the feel of the empty calorie team.
So they're at the Rams. That's going to be a good game.
Right.
That's coming up this week. At the Titans, Vikings at the Falcons. That's 3 games that they should be certainly heavily favored against the Titans.
Another one that like they beat the Titans, they might win by 4 touchdowns.
Falcons looked good yesterday, although they lost. Colts, and then they have the Rams again. So to your point, let's talk about Sam Darnold after playing the Rams twice.
Yeah, so I mean next Sunday, that's a 4:00 game?
4 or 5.
That'll be great. I'll be sitting here doing pregame, getting ready for the Lions, and that'll be great. That'll be a game where we go into that, hey, okay, now we know kind of where this team lays. But when they get the Colts, that Colts-Seahawks game has a real feel of who's real and who's a fraud.
That was another good game yesterday, the early game.
That was a tremendous game.
Yeah.
You're rolling out of bed. Get to watch that. I love the European football. I got to be honest with you.
You know what, Ray? Thank you. I'm so tired of hearing people complain, it's too much football. I don't want that early game. The early game should be every week. An NFL game at 9 o'clock in the morning? You kidding me? Every week I want it.
I go back and forth on it, but like usually for me, especially on a Sunday where I don't have anything till later, if I can roll out of bed and I just like lay on the couch and feel miserable about myself and just watch a football game, that'd be great.
That's great.
That's kind of ideal for me.
But you know what? Even if I have something going on, that's okay. I'm watching I had softball. Softball's over. And I'm at the game. It's 11 o'clock. I'm at the game, and me and one of the other dads, I just see I don't even remember what games were going on. I think Wentz played in one of the games.
Oh, yeah. It was Vikings-Browns, I think, right? He comes and leads the game-winning drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
After he got them down to the Browns. Yeah.
And now look at him. He's broken again. Carson Wentz.
Poor Carson.
All right, so I will ask you, who is the best team in the NFC not named the Eagles?
I think it's the Lions.
I don't disagree. I've said that too. I
came into the season big on the Rams, and then the back thing happened with Stafford, and I got scared.
Rams, Lions. Seattle, because of their home field, and I really like their defense, and they can run the ball. You don't worry about Darnold at all. I don't worry about the Packers. I didn't before the season. I don't now. They're a good team. Lions are legit. The Lions, I worry about that being a matchup problem for the Eagles. They have 2 wide receivers that are legit. They have 2 running backs that are legit. And again, that's about getting to Goff and disrupting him and moving him off the spot. So let's go to Herb. Herb's calling live from the Xfinity Mobile Arena in the parking lot in his little scooter that he has. Herb, how are you, buddy?
Good, my man. Offense, are we ready? 1, 6, 11, let's go. 88, here we go. Defense, let's get the turnovers now. Hit them hard. We need a fumble. We need the interceptions. Let's go. Eagles, 1, 2, 3. Eagles, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. 1, 2, 3. Win. What's up, Johnny Mark?
Hey, good job, Herb. You answered the call right there.
Brother, or what?
You're all juiced up today, huh?
Damn right, boys. Game night tonight, baby. Let's go. We got to hit them hard.
All right, so Herb, your confidence level to me feels like an 11 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm confident we're going to win. This is a big game because we got to stay ahead with these other teams that won yesterday. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, we want the 1 seed. We're playing for the 1 seed this year. Okay? We don't want to get the help like we had last year, where Detroit lost and we jumped in and got that. We got to play the rest of this season like we're going for the 1 seed. You understand? I don't care even if we have to play the last 2 games and we got the division, but we want the 1 seed. You understand what I'm saying, Johnny Moore?
I understand what you're saying. Now, Herb, if you were the offensive coordinator for the Eagles tonight, are you doing run heavy or are you opening it up in the pass?
From what I heard this morning was that there's could be a lot of wind down there, so that means that the passing game, you know, whoever has the ball in the 4th quarter with the wind, okay, has
the advantage
to win the game. I mean, if it's a close game, but I mean, the Eagles want to jump on this team right from the get-go. We got to, put some points up. So whatever it takes, we got to hit them left. We got to hit them right. We got to open up 44 crack. We got to go 46 sweep, and we got to hit Parsons. You know what I mean? Wherever he goes, we hit him.
Run right at him?
Understand? Huh?
Run right at him?
Damn right. Wherever he's lined up, we go. We got to run the sweep. We got to run the crack. We got to run whatever it takes to get them big 20, 30-yard runs. You know what I'm saying?
Herb, I was a little bit concerned about you after you dined somebody out about the Claridge Hotel last week. We were a little bit worried that
no, that's my buddy. I've known that dude since. Right. Don't even worry about it. He worked at the Claridge. Jerry Johnson and me, we've been all around the world, man.
All around the world. And
our first trip in 1986, our first trip was in Spain.
All right.
Costa del Sol.
Listen, you stay on the top. You said that you were talking to Kate Scott last night. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was talking with her. She's cool, man. I talk to her every night. I'm going to go look for her. I think they play tomorrow, or they play. I'm going to look for her again,
tomorrow.
You know?
All right, Herb. All right, buddy. Thank you. There you go. He unlocked the keys to the game. Get your keys out. He did bring up the weather, and we'll talk to Zach Berman coming up next about this. It's going to be 28 degrees at kickoff. I don't see heavy wind in the forecast, but I guess I could check it a little deeper.
We got our first bit of snow in football in Chicago yesterday.
We certainly did. That was a great loss by the Giants because they shouldn't be trying to win games right now. And
they was trying to get Daboll fired.
They should be trying to get the general manager and the coach fired and the highest draft pick possible because they have their quarterback. And they could potentially trade or they could get the highest non-quarterback out there. That was a good loss. Looked like they were going to win. They were leading the whole game.
I'm still reacting to this is the first time the YouTube has shown the Herb
Brandon got it
profile
up
picture.
there?
Yes.
So on YouTube, with some of our notable callers, I gave Brandon Dutz, our YouTube producer, a picture to put up when he calls. Were people pleased with the picture?
People are saying some things. That's for sure.
Herb sent me a picture this morning, actually, right when he was on hold. Yep.
What is...
I don't know.
We could do an entire 4 hours on the relationship that the two of you have.
Yeah. No, Herb's awesome. The relationship that I've developed with some of my callers, where they have my personal information and they can... Herb tries to come to my house, and that's where I draw the line. So he'll be like, yeah, Johnny Marks, I'm going to be working out up at the LA Fitness in Collegeville. Like, all right, what does that mean? You want to stop by? No, we're not doing that.
No, man. No, he wants to see you in the sauna there instead.
Oh, yeah. I walk in, he's wearing a towel. That's no longer open up there, by the way.
I heard.
They're upgrading to some other.
Yeah, the Providence Town Center is changing over.
It is. Coming up, Zach Berman live from Green Bay. That's right. His thoughts on everything. Why is Jair Alexander already not playing? Like everybody else that was acquired in a trade's playing this week, but this guy isn't. Is he DNP cooked? And a lot more. This man
was a bona fide scrub. He can't play.
That's coming up next. Zach Berman live from Green Bay. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5, the Fanatic. Let's talk about, I've referenced Parks Casino, Bet Parks a couple times now over the course of the show, and my Bet Parks pick of the day for today is a parlay. Birds, money line, Saquon Barkley, over 100 rushing yards, and it's a mean payout. It is. It's good, but I do like the Birds to win tonight. And how about live betting on the BetParks app? At pro football, college football, and more, there's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. The only app I would ever recommend. They also have your favorite classic casino games right on your phone. You can play blackjack, craps, roulette, hundreds of online slots like Huff and Puff, Cash Eruptions, and Cleopatra. Plus, of course, bet all your favorite sports. Bet player performances in football and playoff baseball when that's there, and more. Join me on the BetParks app and live bet any game, and new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com for details. Whether your team scores or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles finally returned. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a game. They're in Green Bay to play the Packers in a rematch of last season's wild card matchup. Nick Sirianni is looking for his third win over the Packers in 15 months. He did say over the weekend he has a ton of respect for Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach LaFleur's won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, yeah, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
We will be breaking down the game tonight on the Birds Insider pregame show starting at 6 o'clock with Connor Thomas and myself. The Sixers lost to the Pistons 111-108. They won Saturday night, lost last night, split the weekend, both games in the retro black uniforms. Tyrese Maxey, 33 points for him. They're back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. The Union finally know who they'll be playing in the conference semifinals. Be able to catch that game November 23rd at 7:30 right here on the Fanatic. That game is against NYCFC. This update's brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks on a game day. Birds back at it in Green Bay against the Packers. And joining us to discuss is the pride of Germantown Academy, the author of many Eagles books, and the Eagles reporter for The Athletic. His name is Zach Berman. He joins us right now. Zach.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So do you stay in Milwaukee or where do you stay? Because it's unlike
good question.
It's unlike any other trip you probably make.
Yeah, for this one here, I stay in Milwaukee. You know, you can stay in Appleton, you can stay in Green Bay. I've stayed in Madison before, but Milwaukee's kind of the most direct.
And how far away is it from Green Bay?
It's it'll be an hour 45 this afternoon, which will be much harder at like 3 a.m. tonight. But
yeah, you're not kidding. Lot of Birds fans around town. Have you seen?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually flew to Chicago, and the flight was full of Eagles fans, either driving up from Chicago or connecting to Appleton or connecting to Green Bay. And then even here in Milwaukee at dinner last night, walking around this morning, you see a lot of Eagles green. So this is, Lambeau Field, if you haven't been there before, it's like a football bucket list item. So I imagine there will be a lot of Eagles fans here for the first time. I think once you're here the first time, you might not be compelled to come back like 4, 5, 6 times.
Right. No, I got you. All right. So, Zach, we were discussing this earlier because you can make a case that this is a statement game for the Packers, having lost a couple of games they probably shouldn't have lost. And then you look around the NFC, and the Rams are kind of establishing themselves, the Seahawks, the Lions yesterday. You can also make that same case for the Eagles, right? Statement game for them coming out of the bye. Nick Sirianni has fared very well coming out of the bye. As you sit in Milwaukee getting ready to go cover the game tonight, how do you feel about the Eagles tonight? Is this if you're picking the game, is this a confident Zach Berman that the Eagles win tonight?
I do think the Eagles win. I think the Eagles are the better team right now, and I frame it that way because the Packers are dealing with a lot of injuries. I think the Tucker Kraft injury is that especially hurts them. He's been their top receiver this year, so you take him out of the lineup. We need to see how they adjust. Now, make no mistake, this is a really good Packers team, and this is a team that can play and beat anybody, but they're also vulnerable, and the Eagles need to play clean football. They need to get off the field on third down on defense. But I think coming off a bye, the Eagles are healthier than they've been in a long time. They're getting obviously some new additions in the lineup, especially on defense. I think the Eagles should win this game.
Is this have we gone back to the future here for a little bit? Ray and I were having fun on the show saying just throw the ball, pass the ball. You don't try to run the ball right now. They can't run the ball. It's not being effective. But then, like you said, you get healthy. Saquon seems to have a little bit more room to run. Does it feel like the Eagles are able to get back to what they do best, which is running their offense through Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I think that they showed against the Giants how the run game can look. Then they need to do it on a more consistent basis. And the Packers have been a good run defense this year, except you saw them. They were vulnerable to Rico Dowdle last week, and some of the advanced numbers showed that they can be run on. I don't think the Eagles want to look at it like, the offense goes through Saquon or the offense goes through Jalen. I think it's really week to week. It's matchup dependent because they need to be able to do both. They want to be able to do both. I think the Super Bowl last year was a great example of that. Saquon was bottled up and Jalen played outstanding. But they need to be able to hang their hat on the running game. That hasn't been the case throughout most of the season. And I do think some of what you saw in that Giants game you can really buy into, especially them going under center, the way they were able to get the ball to the outside, Landon Dickerson being healthier. I think there are variables in place that should leave you confident in the run offense.
Jalen Phillips, how much can we expect to see him out there? Is he going to get starter snaps? Should we expect to see him out there more than any other D end?
I'm expecting that. Now, I recognize that that might be a bit premature, but you tell him to go after the quarterback, right? Part of the reason why you acquired him is he has the background under Fangio and in this defense. And the reality is, unless they sign a contract extension at some point, either after the season. It doesn't sound like they want to do it before. You're renting him for 9 games plus the postseason. So, you don't want to wait until mid-December before you start to feel like, all right, he's here. I mean, you want to feel his presence right away. So as far as percentage of snaps, I think that I'm expecting him to be the top edge rusher. Now, I don't know if that's going to be by a huge margin, but I'm expecting him to play quite a bit.
Jair Alexander, Zach, we said this on the air. I didn't have any real expectation based on what they gave up and him not playing in Baltimore. If he's just another dart that you're throwing at the dartboard and maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, whatever. But him not playing and the official designation was knee and then coach's decision. Did they put him on the practice field and say, like, geez, we really can't play him? What's your understanding with Alexander not playing this week?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why it looks that way. My understanding is they want to give him a chance to kind of get right, similar to how they approached Brandon Graham. Now, Brandon Graham was coming off the couch, so to speak. I mean, Jair Alexander's been in a locker room this year, but I think coming off that knee injury, he said this week he feels the best that he's felt. When I spoke to Jair about his practice snaps, he said he was starting in like certain packages and it's kind of growing from there. So not crazy surprised that he wouldn't be starting. The fact that he didn't travel, yeah, I mean that does raise eyebrows a bit, but in this case, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt going in to next week, a short week game against Detroit. If he's not on the field against Detroit, I think that is when you say, all right, this really, there's something here. But I like the way you framed the question, John, because I think at the time they acquired him, it was more name than game, so to speak. I mean, they gave up. It was an exchange of a 6th and 7th round pick, right? So you look at the price they paid, it was really a dart throw, as you said.
Yeah, Zach Berman, The Athletic. He's live in Milwaukee before he gets on the bus to go to Green Bay. Author of Leap Year, the Philadelphia Eagles ascent to the Super Bowl. The foreword by Brandon Graham of your book. How many snaps do we see from BG tonight, would you guess?
Yeah, that's one where I would say I don't think you'll see too many of them. And I don't think Brandon Graham's here to be a high snap player. My guess would be 10 to 15 snaps, but I think he's more if he can contribute a few productive snaps a game, help in the locker room. I think that's more why Brandon's here.
You ready, Zach? Here's my prediction: a tackle for a loss and a sack, and he plays 12 snaps tonight.
That'd be a good story.
It could be in your next book when the Eagles win another Super Bowl.
There you go.
Micah Parsons moving around on the offensive line, and the line has gotten better. Toth has actually done a good job being in there. But how do you combat what Micah Parsons can do? He's not lining up as defensive end. They're going to move him all over the place.
Yeah, and the thing about that is the Eagles do have exposure to him. Obviously from his time in Dallas. So he's one of the best players in the NFL. There's no question about that. The Eagles, they've tried different types of strategies against him. There was a year when they left him unblocked as like the unblocked guy that they would read, and it was beneficial. So I think across the line of scrimmage they need to be on alert. If he comes up the middle, then clearly Brett Toth is going to be challenged there at center. But he's not unfamiliar to them. In that locker room, I mean, they know him well. They know what he can do. And I don't think there'll be a snap where it's like, oh, shoot, where's Micah Parsons lined up?
Right. Zach Berman. Hey, Zach, appreciate it, man. We'll be following your coverage on The Athletic, and always great to talk to you, buddy. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, there he is, Zach Berman, live from Milwaukee. There you go. Brandon Graham sacked tonight, Ray. I know you're rooting against it. I know.
I've said this every single time. I want the man to succeed, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't skeptical.
Do your job.
I'm doing my job. I'm skeptical. You tell me any other guy at his age with the injuries from last season came in here, I'd be skeptical.
Sack and a TFL, tackle for loss, tonight.
I hope. I would love
Thank
it.
you, 97.5.
Coming up, interesting report from Adam Schefter. I love this more than anything from this weekend. Micah Parsons trade, a poison pill. How much are we in the heads of the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones? We'll talk about that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. But, hey, listen, let's talk about one of our newest sponsors to the show, Liberty Safes of New Jersey. Locations Mount Laurel and Hamilton Township. They're the sponsor of our lock segment on Friday. I mean, listen, my lock hit. I had the Ravens yesterday. Ray?
I don't want to talk about it.
Who did you pick?
I don't want to talk about it. I didn't think the Patriots were for real, man.
No, but that wasn't a terrible pick.
But I don't like losing. So anything that I lose, I don't like to talk about.
Well, you lost. But listen, you ever stop and think like, all right, do I really need a safe? Well, what happens if you lost something or something happened at your home, right? A fire, a break-in. Maybe it's just the kids getting into things that they shouldn't, right? Well, you may think you don't have anything worth locking up, but then you start thinking about it. And this is what I keep in my safes: birth certificates, passports, jewelry. What about photos from your great-grandmother or your grandmother? It protects it from, getting destroyed, fire, water damage. It's a really smart move to make. That's why Liberty Safes of New Jersey is the place to go. Largest selection of Liberty Safes in the tri-state area. Real people who actually help you choose what fits in your home. They're not trying to just sell you the biggest thing. What's your budget and what do you need, right? There's no sketchy delivery guys dropping off a 600-pound safe on your sidewalk. Liberty Safes in New Jersey delivers and installs your safe the right way. It's not just about guns or valuables. It's about peace of mind. So protect what matters most. Visit libertysafesnj.com. Just go to the website. Check out what they have. It's a great website. Has all their selection on there. libertysafesnj.com, or you can stop by their showroom, Route 73 in Mount Laurel, or Horizon Drive in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Tell them John Mark sent you. libertysafesnj.com, because when it comes to safety, don't risk it. Lock it with Liberty.
The Fanatic's Andrew DiCecco, the Philadelphia
the Green Bay Packers decided to trade Parsons from the NFC East, which is something the Dallas Cowboys didn't want, especially to Philadelphia, they would have to give their 2028 first-round draft pick to the Dallas Cowboys. This was designed with the idea that the Dallas Cowboys did not want to see Micah Parsons wind up in Philadelphia, which made a play for Micah Parsons during the summer. And, of course, on Monday night, we'll get Micah Parsons up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
As Adam Schefter yesterday on Countdown, you know, every Sunday they need to have a big story. Schefter has to work to find something that he can put on the website, and then they talk about it on Countdown. And by no means am I insinuating that it was made up, but like with Action News, the big story on Action News, you can't say, well, there's no big story tonight. So he's got to come up with something. That's actually a pretty interesting story.
Yeah, that's a winner right there for me. I'm interested in that.
Did you see how they figured it out?
No.
So the details of the trade, someone at some point looked into it and said, hold on a second, because the Cowboys aren't able to trade away, or the Packers can't trade away
their 2028 first-round pick
because of the trade. So you're not allowed to trade it because potentially you would have to give it to the Cowboys if you traded it.
Interesting.
So someone looked a little bit deeper and said, well, why can't they do that? And then they saw the details of the trade, which was the poison pill. So
I didn't know how they got there. I just knew where they got to. That's very good reporting on that end from whoever it was.
Yeah, I actually don't know if it was Schefter or whoever, but you gotta respect the Cowboys, and you gotta love it as an Eagle fan. Because it meant so much to Jerry Jones and the Cowboys that Micah Parsons didn't at some point end up with the Eagles. And by the way, you know damn well, if you follow everything over the last however many years, he's shown up to Sixers games. He might as well have worn an Eagle jersey in the offseason. He wanted to come here so bad. And Jerry Jones, I respect it, because I wouldn't want to see Micah Parsons in an Eagle jersey. Like think of Saquon in an Eagle jersey terrorizing the Giants, what that felt like to that ownership and those fans. So I respect it, and I love it.
It's just great to see how the mighty have fallen. That's what it is. We're so past the empire of the Cowboys. People of my generation have no idea what it's like for the Cowboys to run terror. But, like, just how far they've fallen to the point where they're trading Parsons, and in the back of their head, they're like, there's some way where if things don't work out in Green Bay for him year one, he could end up an Eagle, and we just can't have that. We just can't have that. There's no way. There's no way we can have that. Don't let it happen. Like, the fact that you're operating, because they're not worried about him ending up a Giant.
Nope.
There's nobody. The NFC's thing, people, I saw Schefter getting some flack on Twitter as like, oh, you know why he used the Eagles name. Yeah, he used the Eagles name because that's why that is in there. He's not old enough. Parsons not old enough yet for the Commanders to be interested in him.
Yeah, you got 5-6 years.
Yeah, he's too young for that. The Giants, he's too good for them to be interested in him. For the Eagles, that was what this was about.
Yep.
They did not want to be an Eagle. They didn't want what happened with Saquon to happen to them.
And Howie was trying to trade for him. Jerry knows. He's insecure. He knows Micah wanted to be an Eagle. I'm sure he knows the conversations. He's old, but he's not stupid. Or maybe he is. But anyway.
I was going to say, I don't know about that one. It's a tough look.
But the best thing, because it's not like you had just said, the Cowboys have been done for decades. I don't even look at it. It's like, oh, the mighty have fallen. No, they've not only fallen, they fell, and they're not getting up, and their body's cold. So there's no saving them at this point. All right, it's another example of the Eagles running the NFL tonight on Monday Night Football. You're going head to head with the team that literally took the baton from the NFL. The NFL so badly wanted to get rid of the tush push, but it can't do it itself. It needs a team to do it. So it reached out to the only ownerless team in the NFL and said, hey, can you help us? And they tried their best. And their coach had to go out there and say, oh, it's bad, and we don't want this and we don't want that. And then it didn't pass. In fact, they didn't have a real reason. Remember the original reason that they wanted to get rid of the tush push? It wasn't safe. Player safety. Although data showed no reason to believe that it wasn't safe. So then they had to get rid of what they were trying to pass and then rewrite it. So it's just another reminder that the Eagles are like, pinch yourself, Ray Dunn. Pinch yourself. This doesn't happen. This has never happened with the Eagles. Not even close.
No. And
NFL.
It's funny because Neil in the YouTube chat points out the fact that the Packers put the same stipulation on Kenny Clark which was the funnier part of this entire scenario, where like the Eagles have obviously become the standard here that the Cowboys are afraid of, but the Packers on the other side, I feel like that negotiation with Jerry Jones is like, yeah, we're giving you a real good guy too. This defensive tackle, you know what? Put a poison pill on that for us too.
Yep.
If you trade him to the NFC North, we want your first round pick.
Right, think about it. If you're the Packers, you're not going to say no to a trade because they want to include that you can't trade him to the Eagles. They're like, all right, hey, but we got the same thing with Kenny Clark.
Yeah, we're giving you equal value here. Don't worry.
Yep. Yeah, same thing happened with Brett Favre. I guess that was the last time that it was done, Brett Favre, when he got traded to the Jets.
Which in itself is an awesome story because he ends up getting released and ending up in the NFC North.
But that's the thing. Parsons most likely at some point gets released, and that's when he could become an Eagle or a Commander. When he's 31, 32, and his cap number's $50 million. And they're like, all right, we're tired of your podcast and everything else that's going on. See ya.
They bring him in. We'll have like the Penn State Wheeze kids. We'll be like Saquon at 30-something, Micah Parsons at 30-something. Anyone else that you're particularly interested in that was Nittany Lion? James
Tyler
Franklin
Warren
will be an offensive analyst after he gets fired by Virginia Tech.
Agreed. No, Tyler Warren.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Warren. Oh, he'll probably be too young to be a part of a
He'll be
Wheeze
too
kids
good.
crew.
He'll be too good. Yeah, I don't really think there's anybody. I don't even know who else who's out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who from Penn State really sticks out. I mean, McSorley could come coach the quarterbacks if he wants. Yeah.
Could he be on the practice squad?
I think he's coaching quarterbacks at Penn State now.
Probably.
I think they brought him back because I think he was done with the Ravens.
And he did a fine job with Drew Aller this year.
Come on.
Fantastic. Good job, Trace. Good job. All right, coming up. 610-632-0975. And I'm not going to even give Ray a chance to cheat because we have a new game that's coming up. And we're going to play it coming up next with Ray. We're putting Ray on the spot.
Oh, no.
It's coming up. It's going to have a Laverne and Shirley theme. Don't worry about it. I'll explain. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Eagles finally return. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a game. They're in Green Bay to play the Packers in a rematch of last year's wild card matchup in the postseason. Nick Sirianni's looking for his third win over the Packers in the last 15 months, but he spoke over the weekend about the respect he has for that organization.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach Flores won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, yeah, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
We'll be breaking down the game throughout the day here on The Fanatic, including the Birds Insider pregame show starting at 6 o'clock tonight with Connor Thomas and myself. The Sixers lost 111-108 to the Pistons last night. Tyrese Maxey had 33 points in the loss. Sixers back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. You catch that game right here on The Fanatic. And the Union finally know when they're going to be playing their conference semifinals game. That's November 23rd at 7:30 against NYC FC. This update's brought to you by IHOP. With the new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves are just $6 every day. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
That is the theme song to Laverne and Shirley. One of Ray's favorite shows.
The only thing I know about it is someone lives in a basement.
Doing it our way. Yeah, they have the basement apartment.
Yes.
Why do you know that?
Because I, in my last apartment, lived on the bottom floor, and my mom called it the Laverne and Shirley setup.
Is your mom listening right now?
No, they're in St. Kitts. They have enjoying their life right now. They have not a care in the world for what's going on back here in Philadelphia.
We're going to do it. So they're not going to play Laverne and Shirley character or Packers practice squad player?
Oh, all right. I'm in on this game.
I don't want you to Google the practice squad.
Why would I Google the practice squad? This is so much more fun. No. What am I supposed to know, the Packers practice squad?
No, but it's a simple Google search and you'd be able to know.
Yeah, I'm not a football guy like that. Come on. What do you think? I'm Andrew DeCecco?
So the Laverne and Shirley ran from 1976 to 1982, I believe. It was a spinoff from the show Happy Days.
Oh.
A successful spinoff as well. It had some good rating success, and then it kind of, and then it was gone. But Laverne and Shirley, a better show than Happy Days. Unpopular opinion. I was not a Happy Days fan.
Ooh.
But I was a Laverne and Shirley fan. Because when I was a kid, Ray, there weren't a lot of options to watch on TV. So while I don't remember Laverne and Shirley necessarily on its first run, syndication Laverne and Shirley was hot and heavy.
And that's where you make your money.
It is where you make your money.
The syndication's a big deal.
Correct.
Yes.
So I watched pretty much all of Laverne and Shirley in syndication. I did not enjoy Happy Days. I was not a Happy Days fan, even with Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz.
That's a scorcher right there.
Happy Days was considered cinematically or by the experts to be a better show, and I don't really care because I didn't.
No, you're kind of, you know.
You look like Richie Cunningham, actually, from Happy Days.
I'm sure I do.
A lot of people may say that.
Yeah.
All right, so the rules of the game are simple, Ray. I'm going to give you a name. You have to tell me whether it's a Packers practice squad player or a character from the TV show Laverne and Shirley.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Let's go with Drake Dabney.
Drake Dabney is definitely a character from Laverne and Shirley. What?
Tight end on the practice squad.
No shot. No shot. No. Give me a break. Drake Dabney's catching passes in an NFL practice?
Or he's dropping them, but I know he's on the practice squad. That's
Please,
for sure.
give me a break. That's definitely the name of a mid-1900s TV show character.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
McAllen Castles.
That also is a Laverne and Shirley character. What?
Another tight end on the Packers practice squad.
How many tight ends do they need?
Let's go to Carmine Ragusa.
Well, now I'm just playing the numbers game here. At some point, it's got to be a Laverne and Shirley character.
That is correct. The Big Ragu, as they called him on the show. And he moved because they moved after season 6. They moved to California. So you know what happens. It gets stale.
Right.
They worked at a brewery. I guess I should have explained this. They were based in Milwaukee. That's the reason we're doing Packers practice squad or
Laverne and Shirley
in Milwaukee. But then once things got stale with the show, they said, hey, we lost our jobs at the brewery, Shots Brewery, and now we're going to move to Los Angeles to follow our dream of being an actor, an actress, and things like that.
Wait. I'm sorry. You went from brewer to actor?
They worked at a brewery, and then when they lost their job at the Shots Brewery, that's when they moved to California. And everybody went with them. The Big Ragu, Lenny and Squiggy.
You can't just take everyone. That's not how this works in real life.
Well, they did. It's not real life. All right, Frank DeFazio.
Frank DeFazio. I'm going to go with an offensive tackle for the Packers. Damn.
No, incorrect. He was a character that I don't remember. All right,
he still could be an offensive tackle for the Packers.
He could be.
Yeah.
Let's go to Clayton Tune.
Oh, that's a practice squad member.
Correct. I don't have a correct.
That's a quarterback right there. He got to start for the Cardinals back in the day. Oh, yeah. We were tuned up for a while there.
Let's try Michael Woods.
Ooh, this is tough. This could go one of two ways. Michael Woods could be a defensive back, or he could be a very important character in 2 episodes in the middle of their run. I'm going to go with the defensive back.
Well, you'd be incorrect, but you're correct because he's the wide receiver in the Packers practice squad, Michael Woods. So that's
there
correct.
You go.
All right, last one. Leonard Koznowski.
Leonard Koznowski. I'm going to go Laverne and Shirley character.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice run there at the end for me.
So and that's Packers practice squad player or Laverne and Shirley character. So Leonard was Lenny. So Laverne and Shirley had neighbors, Lenny and Squiggy. And just Google what they look like, and they're definitely Lenny and Squiggy. And then there's Carmine Ragusa. So there you go.
I feel like that could have gone off the rails for me pretty quick. And after the first two, there were still some misses in there.
Right.
I feel like I got close to 50%.
Yeah, you didn't do well.
Well, it depends how you look at it. I look at the Laverne and Shirley or practice, but the squad player as a real test of like shooting from the field. I wanted like 50%.
You're the NBA.
Yeah, I'm not in school. This is not a school test for me. I'd take 50% in the NBA.
Yeah. You said on one of the answers, well, this could go one of two ways. Yeah, that's the whole point of the game. It's either a practice squad player.
Well, yeah, obviously it could. But I was buying some time to really think about it.
Well, you did okay. For the people playing at home, we'll see how people did as well.
Yeah, I'm curious how many people were yelling at their radios at me.
No, not many.
You don't think?
Well, I don't know who Frank DeFazio is. I don't know who that was on the
Yeah, I'm still gonna believe that guy's an offensive tackle.
You know what else I learned over the weekend, going back to 80s situational comedies? Wheezy. You know who Wheezy is?
Sure.
Who?
No.
So Louise Jefferson, George Jefferson's wife.
Oh.
Jefferson's also
I know the Jeffersons.
One of the more successful spinoffs from All in the Family. Wheezy was 21 years older than George when they filmed it. You ever see the thing on social media where it'll have Wilford Brimley was in his 40s when he filmed The Cocoon? He looked like he's 70 years old. It's older than me. Well, Wheezy was 56 or 57 when she filmed it. Married to George Jefferson Sherman Helmsley, South Philly's Sherman Helmsley, who was 35 or 36.
Wow.
That's if you're wondering what I'm doing with my time, Ray.
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know. All right, coming up, we have a very interesting situation that's going on with baseball. You know the headlines in baseball right now? It's not, free agency. Look at all these amazing signings by teams. No, it's about Bryce Harper ending up in a ditch, pitchers throwing balls on purpose, and what else do we have in baseball? That's about it right now.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, Brian De La Cruz, big minor league contract with the Phillies. Is he the right-handed bat they need?
Yeah, the problems are solved. They don't have to worry about anything else.
They found their corner outfielder.
But is Bryce Harper going to end up in a ditch because he disrespected Rob Manfred? We'll talk about that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody.
All right, we're back middays with Marks. A lot of feedback. A lot of people chiming in on the practice squad player or Laverne and Shirley character. And two guys that are probably about the same age that were Frank DeFazio was Laverne's father, which is, of course, it was Laverne DeFazio. John Kincade checking in with that.
Makes sense. I mean, that checks. If there was one person I know at this station that definitely was a Laverne and Shirley fan,
it's John Kincade.
John Kincade. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's right up his wheel of television.
Uncle Jamie as well checking in.
I don't know Uncle Jamie.
About the same age.
There you go. Then it checks.
Uncle Jamie loved the show MASH, which to me was way too slow, but at the time it was considered, like one of the best shows.
It was a success. Yeah,
one of the best shows ever.
Syndication, man. If I've heard of the show, it did well enough.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. If like one day after school I was going through the old cable channels and I was like, oh, that's a show.
All right, Hogan's Heroes.
Didn't do well enough.
McHale's Navy.
Also didn't do well enough.
But it's also further back. They were the shows when I didn't go to school or during the summer. They were back to back. Maybe on Channel 17, it'd be 1 o'clock. It'd be Hogan's Heroes and the McHale's Navy. And I didn't like them, but Hogan's Heroes was more watchable than McHale's Navy. But still, it wasn't very good.
They didn't make it to my syndication. I'm sorry.
But you know Brady Bunch.
I do know Brady Bunch. Brady Bunch is one that I've actually watched like
a handful of times.
A handful of episodes.
How many characters from the Brady Bunch can you name?
Ooh, probably not a lot because I haven't watched a handful of episodes in about a decade. But
no, but I wouldn't expect you to know any.
Yeah, I mean, I could give you like the jingle, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me the character names, the actor names? I can do it all.
Oh, you can do it all?
Pretty much.
All right, that's impressive.
Ann B. Davis was Alice, and she pops up at the end in the
in the middle. She's the connective tissue for everyone.
Yeah, she certainly is.
Yeah.
And even when they have the later Bradys, when they had like a very Brady Christmas, when it was the same cast, whatever it was, Alice was still, even though all the kids were out of the house, Alice was still there as the housekeeper.
Yeah.
They just couldn't let her go.
No. Alice was very important to all their lives.
All right, so let's check in with Major League Baseball. And they have a lot going on right now, including, and Ray, I don't know if this is completely accurate, but I did my best. You know, when NFL free agent happens, you'll have a free agency tracker.
Yeah.
You have it for each team. You can go to Eagles free agency tracker, and all the different sites will have it updated to the second or whatever. With Major League Baseball, they have the tracker, although there's not as many of them, and there's very little action going on the tracker. Right now, and this is what I found this morning, there have been 2 signings since free agency opened at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. 2.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the minor league things or options being exercised or declined. Keegan Thompson and Leody Taveras have been signed to major league contracts.
Taveras was a big piece of my plan for this Phillies offseason.
Well, he's in Baltimore now.
Damn.
Signed with the Orioles. Can you imagine? And I know it's different in baseball, and I'm not trying to crap on baseball at all. That's not my intent. But could you imagine if the NFL heading into free agency and you had 2 signings in the first week?
No, I can't imagine.
The whole thing's pointless. Having free agency is pointless. If you have free agency, the NBA guys get signed right away. The NFL has a made-up tampering period, and the signings are hot. I mean, think about how cool it is when free agency opens in the NFL. It's almost as good as the games. The draft is almost as good as the games. Meanwhile, Major League Baseball has 2 signings of guys I've never heard of. A reliever, and I don't even know who Leody Taveras is, what position he plays.
Jeez, how do you not know him?
Might be an outfielder. But yeah, they're the 2
missing piece.
They're the 2 documented signings on a MLB free agent tracker that I found this morning.
Here, I'll get you the NBC Sports Philly latest updates for the Phillies.
What do you got?
We have 4 updates. November 2nd, free agency officially begins. November 4th, Harrison Bader declines his $10 million mutual option. November 5th, Phillies exercise Alvarado's $9 million club option. And November 6th, the most recent update that we've gotten from Phillies free agency. Qualifying offers have been extended to Kyle Schwarber and to Ranger Suarez. Oh, boy. Get excited. Get yourself fired up.
Yep. It's a baseball problem.
Get excited.
I don't know how you solve it. I guess you can't. When the Phillies signed Cliff Lee, that was, I believe, right around Christmas. I think it might have been on my birthday.
Yeah, Cliffmas.
In December, yeah. So it was right around there. So it does take time. Bryce Harper signed in February. Arrieta that year signed in February. this isn't abnormal. It's just bad, as Stephen A. Smith would say. This is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah.
This is very, very bad.
It's just very anticlimactic.
It sucks.
Yeah.
You want to be excited. I want to know if somebody's trying to sign Kyle Schwarber.
I actually don't.
I do.
No. I want him just to sign with that's the one thing we get in NFL free agency. You find out afterwards who is interested. I don't need the whole stove heating up thing where like, ooh, Kyle Schwarber's flirting with the Red Sox. Like, no, I don't need that. Just be back here.
I like that it gets played out a little bit because that gives us something to talk about. So we'll get reports and the Red Sox are in, the Yankees are in, whatever the case is. But don't you want to see some type of resolution? Instead of what are we going to do? What are we going to do with Kyle Schwarber? Are we going to be in February and he's still not signed? Are we going to be in January? What are these teams waiting for? How come in the NFL every team can come with a suitcase full of money and be like, all right, we want to sign this player? There's players in free agency that deserve a suitcase. Kyle Tucker, apparently everybody wants. Kyle Schwarber teams want. JT, they want. Why do you have to wait? Go pay them.
It's the difference of having a limited amount of cash to spend and having technically unlimited. If there's a limited resource of cash available, this team offers you that contract might not be there in 24 hours.
It's not. It's because they collude against the contracts. And they want a salary cap, which is our next thing that we're talking about.
That's part of the problem. But there's two sides to this, where the NFL, there's only so much money up to the salary cap that can be given out. So if you're offered something on Monday, by Wednesday, that team might not have that money left to spend.
Well,
in theory, the Phillies should have the same amount to offer you on Monday as they do Wednesday.
Right. But why, if a team right now says we're really interested in Kyle Schwarber, why don't you go out and make him an offer?
Yeah. Oh, I hope that he was signed yesterday.
No, but I want to know why they can't do that. What are they waiting for?
Why does anyone wait?
But no one waits in the NFL. No one waits in the NBA. No one waits in hockey. Why in baseball don't they just come out? If you want a player, go out and make him an offer. Have him sign the damn contract. I don't know. I'm yelling at the lawn right now, right? I'm not yelling at you.
No, I get it. I'm upset too. I'm just looking at the lawn like, come on, man. Come on, just give me something. No, I don't have the energy to yell at the lawn. I'm just looking at it like, give me something more.
Do we have I think he's a hockey agent. Do you have it? All right, you remember the story. Rob Manfred visited the Phillies, and coming out of that meeting, it was reported that Bryce Harper told him to get the F out when he brought up the salary cap. Here is an agent. What's his name?
Alan Walsh.
Alan Walsh on a podcast. Here he is.
This is the part that has never been reported. Harper and a few other players were now in a discussion afterwards with Manfred and some of Manfred's staff, including, I believe, the deputy commissioner who was also there. And in the course of this conversation, which also got heated, someone with Manfred, like a deputy commissioner, said to Harper, "Don't ever say that again to the commissioner. Don't ever disrespect him again publicly like that. That's how people end up in a ditch."
So you ask yourself, is it believable what he's saying? And he's not a baseball agent. I believe he's a hockey agent. You have to ask yourself, is it believable? Here's why it is. If you gave me 1,000 guesses at a story that someone could put out about somebody said to Bryce Harper in response to that, ending up in a ditch would not make the top 1,000 guesses. Right?
Yeah. Harper, I never put Bryce Harper and guy that ends up in a ditch in anywhere the same realm of possibilities. Some of these guys with the gambling stuff.
Yeah, no, they could end up in a ditch. So Noah Garden, as I look right here on MLB.com, MLB executives, Noah Garden is deputy commissioner. Dan Halem is deputy commissioner. And they're the two people listed on the website as being deputy commissioners. Of the two, Noah Garden looks much more reasonable that he would be the one to threaten the ditch.
Got it.
Looks a little crazy.
How did we get here?
By the way, this is the same respected commissioner. This is the same guy that called the World Series trophy a hunk of
piece of metal. Yeah,
piece of metal.
Yep, piece of metal. I just don't know how we got here. And maybe I understand why Bryce looked tired all season. Maybe I get it now. He was thinking about the safety of himself because of what he said to the commissioner.
Yeah, he was looking over his shoulder like, oh, I better look out. Let me take a different route to work in case someone runs me off the road into a ditch.
If this was true, to recap the commissioner's meeting with the Phillies. The commissioner comes in. Harper tries to stand up for himself, the salary cap, the players. Harper very clearly didn't want that out there. Nobody said anything. Jeff Passan goes to Nick Castellanos, and Castellanos just gleefully goes on the record talking about it after nobody talked about it. Harper has to deal with that. And then apparently somewhere in the midst of all of that, he was told that he could end up in a ditch.
Yep. That about summarizes it. No, but think about it. Of any of the sports, baseball players and salary cap does not go over well. And there's already a lot of speculation, and that's the other headline for baseball, is that there's going to be a work stoppage after their current deal expires. And that's a real thing. We've seen it before, right? Every time baseball has had a chance and the game has changed, they've really improved it. With the pace of play and some of the other rules that they've instituted, they've been smart. But remember in COVID when they were going to be the first game back and they totally screwed that up by not being able to come to terms on things? They screwed it up. Baseball can't get out of their way sometimes. But you know what, Rob Manfred? If you think going into a clubhouse and trying to lobby to players, obviously before a game if everybody's in there, about a salary cap, really? How did you think that was going to go over? Imagine Roger Goodell going into the Eagles, over to NovaCare and being like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing? By the way, we're going to institute a hard salary cap. No more being able to manipulate it. Hard salary cap." Your thoughts? What does he think's going to happen to a bunch of grumpy baseball players that are ready to strike if you try to say salary cap? And he's trying to lobby, like, it's just so dumb. So dumb.
Who's the guy in the Eagles locker room that would do it?
Lane Johnson might power bomb him.
You better believe I'm going to restructure my contract again for the 6th straight year. That cash is coming back with me to Oklahoma.
Yeah, who else would it be? Maybe Mailata? Because Lane's a little bit older, so he's only got a couple years left. Mailata might put him through a table.
Oh, man. That would be great. His Australian accent telling him to go bleep himself.
Or on defense, who would be Jalen Carter might. He might put him in the hospital.
Spit on him?
Yeah, Jalen. You don't want to say the wrong thing to Jalen Carter before he gets his contract too. He's got millions of dollars in line. Yeah, that'd be the wrong thing. Coming up, news at noon. Miguel Rojas, the Morris twins, and Michelle Beadle. Michelle Beadle was on my radar. Oh, I have Michelle Beadle opinions. That's coming up next. News at noon with Ray Dunn. Next.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finally, some Eagles football. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update that's brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. When you need a new water heater, choose one that is built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a football game. They're in Green Bay to play the Packers in a rematch of last season's wild card matchup. Nick Sirianni is looking for his 3rd win over the Packers in 15 months and spoke about the matchup with Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach LaFleur's won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, yeah, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
Tonight, Monday Night Football on ESPN. We'll get you set for kickoff on the Birds Insider pregame show tonight on the Fanatic beginning at 6 o'clock with Connor Thomas and myself. The Sixers lost 111-108 to the Pistons, splitting the weekend back-to-back. Maxey had 33 points in the loss. They're back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. You can listen to that game right here on the Fanatic. The Union finally know when they're going to play their conference semifinals game. That's November 23rd at 7:30 against NYC FC. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Union, and the Flyers. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing, 48 months, rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more, servicefirsthvac.com. All right, we're going to check in the 1 o'clock hour up in Green Bay. Haley Taylor Simon up in Green Bay with on the trip, Philly Sports Trips. So we get what's going on up there the last couple nights.
A lot of Birds fans out there. I know a lot of people that took this trip.
I do too.
Is it like Veterans Day tomorrow? Normal people have Veterans Day off?
I think it is chance to go see the Packers play, or see the Eagles play at Lambeau.
I would.
And this company makes it very easy to go do.
Oh, yeah. I love Philly Sports Trips. But with me, I think I might roll the dice for maybe a September game down the line.
Okay.
A 23-degree weather.
That's not December.
I'm not a football guy.
Well, you're not.
No, I'm not tough. Not at all.
No, you're
I like 60-degree weather.
You're a basketball guy.
Yeah. Indoors. Control environment. Build the dome.
Yeah, well, it's coming. It's coming to Philadelphia at least. All right, let's get to the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
It's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we're going to start with a continuation of another News at Noon story, and that's the Drake curse, because we have a new layer to it.
Oh?
After Game 3 of the World Series, Trey Savage pitched wonderfully. Blue Jays look like they're on their way to do something important. Drake took to Instagram, as he usually does, to cause problems, and posted Savage striking out Shohei Ohtani, saying Savage already on his way to the dugout, boss, LOL. And then posted another story of Shohei Ohtani just looking at the camera. And it just captured it one more. Kind of trolling the superstar. The Dodgers dugout saw it.
Ooh.
And apparently, it made waves in that clubhouse where they were starting to play for their superstar. Miguel Rojas was on with TMZ Sports and addressed this.
But, I mean, that doesn't go unnoticed, you know? Like, when you do something like that, when you kind of, like, disrespect a little bit the best player in the game, not understanding the quality of, like, the person and what the guy have done for baseball, it's really hard to jump into conclusions. And then, all of a sudden, we got this guy right here. You know, like, we all know who he is, but you don't have to do that, man. Shohei Ohtani has been doing everything and anything for baseball, and that's why kind of Kike have his moment there.
So he's referencing at the parade, Kike Hernandez began quoting Drake's song titles, calling himself October's Very Own, which is what Drake, OVO, the whole thing, and then saying they have a bunch of big rings. I forget the other song title that he referenced. He said that Kike Hernandez absolutely was trolling Drake because he took exception to what Drake said about Ohtani. It was after Game 5. I said Game 3. After Game 5, what he posted about Ohtani. Once again, another massive loss for Drake. You hate to see it.
Yeah. Yep. Thank God he's not Philadelphia's own, that he doesn't like any of the teams, that he's never going to root for us. Thank
one of the
God.
more brutal things in life is the fact that one of Drake's sole victories is over a Philly guy.
Yeah.
But we'll move past that.
Yeah, I can tell you what, he wouldn't be saying anything if this was Philadelphia. Can you imagine somebody like that, constant jinx? He would not be comfortable coming out and saying anything. So we'd let him have it.
I would hope. Drake doesn't seem to be very self-aware.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It probably would still be the same problem that he is. But let's get to some Philly guys while we're here.
All right.
The Morris twins have been doing a number of live streams. They made waves over the weekend because they admitted to being hungover to a lot of games. Shocker. I don't know how many people that follow the NBA don't realize this. But sure enough, they told a story of when they came back to Philadelphia and went out AC. James Harden ends up with a 50-point triple-double, and then they talked about just the difficulties of playing hungover.
I was out until 6, bro. We called, coach, yo, we not doing shoot-around. I got you, though. Coming in, burping up Henny. 50-point. I'm in there. I can't even see. Can't even see straight. I can't even see him. I don't even know how you even doing this did this too before, so it ain't like we ain't doing. I had plenty of those where I'm walking in the game, the lights way brighter than they was before. I'm just like, oh, I seen 3 baskets. I done came in ready to throw up as soon as I stepped on the court. Next thing you know, it's just bucket after bucket. I'm just thinking to myself, how the I feel the worst. I feel like my best.
Well, that's very classy. Burping up Henny For a 7 o'clock tip? What time do you have to stop drinking to still be burping up Henny, almost throwing up at 7 o'clock?
You know what?
7 a.m.?
The Eagles play a Sunday night football game next week.
Right.
Saturday night, I'll go out. I'll stay out as late as I possibly can, and I'll let you know what it is. Because pregame starts, at 5 o'clock? If I'm still burping up, it's not going to be Henny. I just won't survive like that.
Just even saying that, I can taste it.
But I'll try and figure it out. I'll do market research, scientific research for us.
Man,
for you.
All right, maybe it happens once, twice, of course, of career, a couple more times. That it seems like that these guys had no care in the world about getting too hammered. Like James Harden, it's well documented his love of nightlife in Las Vegas and strip clubs and things like
when
that.
They came here.
Yeah, no surprise. Michael Jordan used to do the same thing to gamble, to play cards. He loved coming into Philly. You know why? 45 minutes right down to Atlantic City. Bam.
Yeah. It's just about, getting in at 6 o'clock and burping up Henny when you're taking the floor.
Normally, when you're Philly guys and you go pro, you want that guy in your team and you're really like him. Did you ever feel like that about the Morris twins?
When they were looking for a power forward for a couple of years? Yeah, but the timing never matched.
Thank God.
All right, last one for you here. I love a good sports media beef. I know you love a good sports media beef. Michelle Beadle and her hatred of Stephen A. Smith is coming out. Her SiriusXM show was replaced by Stephen A's, and she has some Stephen A. takes.
He made you look like fools for handing him a blank check in the first place because he doesn't even give a shit about the stuff that he's paid $1 gazillion to talk about. And now he's turning around and turning that into a money-making opportunity. Yeah. And the money-making opportunity, turns out it looks like it's a fraudulent crap business to begin with. Honestly, I'm not a religious person, but I pray for the downfall. I really
It's
do.
It's going to be amazing.
I just...
It's going to be amazing.
It's gross, man. You got to have principles in this thing.
This is bad.
Is that Decker?
This is very, very bad.
Is that the guy that she did the SiriusXM show? So it's notable because Stephen A. replaced her on SiriusXM.
Both of them, yes.
Their show
is now podcast.
They beefed when she was at ESPN and he was there. And what she's talking about is, remember Stephen A. got caught playing solitaire at the NBA final game? Well, he came out on social media promoting this solitaire app that apparently is from a shady company. And Orlovsky did the same thing. Laura Rutledge did the same thing. Mina Kimes did the same thing. I'm missing somebody, I think.
Marcus Spears, I don't think it was. Someone else, though, in their football coverage.
Mina Kimes came out and apologized and said it was a major F-up on her end. She should have never done that. You can bring it down. That's news at noon. I think it's also notable to say, and I'm not a Michelle Beadle fan. I liked her when she first came up and she was paired with Colin Cowherd on Sports Nation. I'm certainly not going to say that she has no talent or anything like that because that's not the case. But for somebody that's failed in as many jobs as she has and has made as many millions of dollars to not work as she has, maybe when she's down there praying for Stephen A. Smith's downfall, she can also thank God that she is a millionaire and has made millions of dollars to not work. Because you keep getting fired and your contract paid out.
Not going to thank God because she's not religious. But
so
I
pray for downfall.
It's a heck of a line. However you view this situation and this beef, I'm not a religious person, but I pray for that downfall.
Right.
Messenger, message, all of it is what it is. That line specifically is a bar. And you got to give credit where credit's due. When she's that mad, for her to deliver a line like that, it's impressive. It's impressive.
Oh, I mean, she can say whatever she wants about Stephen A. Smith. I don't care about that.
Yeah, no.
I don't like Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, I'm pro Stephen A.
Yeah, I honestly, he does what he does, and I don't, I see in slow motion what he's doing. I even believe most of the things that he says. He's very talented at what he's doing. He's an actor out there. He's legitimately an actor.
He is. He's an actor. He might be our future president. I mean,
you know what? He might be.
He might be. This guy has turned himself into a $20 million a year guy. I only have to respect the hustle on that one.
Oh, no problem with. I don't particularly like him. I don't want much to do with his content.
If someday I could convince the biggest sports outlet in the world that they should be using my production company because they need me that badly, that's a win.
Yeah,
ultimately that's why I come down pro Stephen A. People are like, why I like Stephen A. so much. He's figured this thing out better than anyone else.
It's elite hatred by Michelle Beadle, but
yeah, it is elite hatred.
All right, Michelle. There you go. What you're doing a podcast. You can't keep a job. Congratulations. All right, 610-632-0975. Feedback is 975-feedback at 975thefanatic.com. Anything we're talking about on the show, Eagles, Laverne and Shirley, Michelle Beadle, Harper in a ditch, whatever you want, 975-feedback at 975thefanatic.com or text the text line, 610-632-0975. Last segment of the show, we give our AI voice, your email or your text, and we play the best of them. That's coming up at the end of the show. But coming up next, we'll check in up in Green Bay next hour. But coming up next, yeah, we have elite hatred. But the Packers were used by the NFL for their hatred of the tush push. We'll replay Micah Parsons' comments from October on that play. That's coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
We're doing offense right now. Like, it's the most consistent thing they got. Like, but that might come to bite me one day. But it is what it is. Like I hate that play. Like the whole league hates that play. Like I don't think you'll find one defensive player in the league that's like, oh yeah, go tush push. Like we got to learn how to stop you. You can't stop it if they're leaving early. Like it's impossible. Like it's an unfair advantage. Like you got 320-pound momentum coming early on the play. Like whatever.
Yep. Can you play the laughing in the beginning again? And I get it. They're on the beat and they're trying to kiss up to him or whatever. But really, like I'm hearing multiple reporters laughing at him in the background. Is this laugh worthy? What he's saying?
It's the most consistent thing they got. Like,
Give that guy a noogie, whoever's laughing at him.
Oh, Micah, you're the best. Micah, you're 4-1.
What a loser that guy is. And then you get multiple people laughing in the background after that. Obviously, defensive players don't like the tush push. We know that. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for breaking news. Hit the breaking news sounder. Thank you, Micah Parsons. Yes.
Now, breaking sports news from 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Defensive players would rather not have a play that works 90% of the time and is very difficult to stop. Breaking news. Eagles haven't really used it much this year, right? Last couple weeks, they haven't used it really at all. A couple here and there. But early in the season, remember earlier in the season, every week it's like, oh, my God, the Eagles are ruining the NFL. You can't officiate it. Oh, God, the Eagles again. But now we haven't used it in a couple weeks. Oh, who did I see use it over the week? Was it Army in the Temple game or was Navy?
I
think Army used the tush push.
Yeah, team's been using it against Temple, and I really don't like that.
Right.
That's really bothering me, honestly.
Right. Yeah, you're not supposed to like it if it's happening against you.
No.
But the point is, if you're gonna question the integrity of the Eagles for using this play, you want to do that to Army? Yeah,
Not
really?
the day before Veterans Day.
No!
Why would you do that?
That's unbelievable.
Come on.
But anyway, all these whiners. So, yeah, the originator of the tush push, banned the tush push rule, the Green Bay Packers, and their former president, I think now, Mark Murphy, or is he retiring or did he retire? So here's how it worked. The NFL, for, by the way, reasons I don't disagree with. If I'm the NFL, I don't like the tush push. Aesthetically, it's not great. What the Commanders were doing in the NFC Championship game gives you exactly why you don't want it if it's the NFL. They're jumping over piles. They're trying to stop it. They're trying to time it because if they can't stop it, what else are they supposed to do? So I don't blame the NFL at all, but they come out with this lie about, oh, it's not safe. But they need a team to be the front, to be the team, because they can't just decide they want to have a role. You need a team to do it. So what do? You go to a team that doesn't have an owner. Because if Robert Kraft does it, then Robert Kraft of the Patriots, then he's more or less saying to Jeffrey Lurie, hey, Jeffrey, here's the middle finger. Screw you. It's one thing to vote a certain way. It's another thing to be the team that says, hey, this is us. We're the one that's writing this up. So you go with a team that doesn't have an owner because they're publicly owned. They have a president. And then you make up reasons why you want the tush push banned, which is it's not safe. And then the data out there says, well, what do you mean it's not safe? There's no injuries from it. Oh, well, there could be injuries to it. And then Sean McDermott says, well, we're kind of looking ahead. The Buffalo Bills coach, pride of LaSalle High School. And it's like, well, hang on. You're using it more than the Eagles, Sean. You loser. You rat. You hypocrite. So, anyway, it's a grudge match. The world against the Eagles. Ray Dunn?
Sirianni's definitely using that this week.
Why wouldn't you?
For sure. Not just the play. I mean, inside the locker room.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things when people ask what does Nick Sirianni do, he has a message for the team almost every week that gets them ready to play. I think that's pretty clear. Whether he's showing Kobe Bryant highlights before a big game or he's doing something like that, he has some type of a theme every week to how he gets his guys going. And positively, it would be the entire NFL's against us. The Packers are the team that started that. Listen to what Micah Parsons said. Listen to Matt LaFleur. Listen to everybody else. This is the team that says, hey, you can't stop. We can't stop you. So we're going to try to get around that by banning the play.
Let me paint you a beautiful word picture here.
Yes.
We mentioned that they could run the ball against this Packers team. Early on in this game, Saquon breaks out. He's out in the open field. It looks like he's going to score. But because Saquon loves his head coach so much, and because Saquon wants to stick it to the losers on the other side so bad. He falls down at the 1.
Yeah.
And they push in. Instead of a 25-yard Saquon touchdown, Saquon decides, you know what, to hell with these guys. We're going to go with the push. And he, after the game, points right back to Nick Sirianni and says, that's what he wanted.
I need a planned celebration mocking the Packers after a push. Really rubbing it in their face.
Like a turnover where the defense goes to the end zone and does a fake push as like the celebration.
Something.
That'd be pretty good.
They go to Matt LaFleur, and he's got his perfect beard, fresh from the barbershop, nice-looking fade, good-looking dude. And he's just, like, so disgusted that they're doing it. That's what I need. Yep, that's what they should do. But first play of the game, push. I don't care if it gets 1 or 2 yards, push. Up the hell with the game. Let's make a point.
No.
All right, I'm getting ahead of I'm getting carried away.
Fake push on the first play of the game. The end around.
All right. And it's going to be going after this year. I know I said that before they voted on it, but it'll be going after this year. And then they'll just run a quarterback sneak, and it'll work almost as effectively.
Yep, with Brett Toth, the future center.
With the MVP of the team. You want to look at MVP odds? Brett Toth, I just looked at the BetParks app. Brett Toth not on the MVP list. Just
what?
Yet. Well, we have
After tonight, for sure.
We have to have our own MVP odds.
Yeah. Well,
that's for sure.
Propaganda. We'll get us fired away.
By the way, the Eagles, it's still, I've been checking again. It was down to a pick 'em, depending on where you book. There it is. Eagles on the BetParks app right now are now favored by a point.
What?
Yep.
How does this happen?
Yep.
Check my sports.
Correct. By the way, they were running a promotion where they were tripling the odds the other way. So I think if you go to BetParks right now, you can actually get the Eagles getting points. But the official line right now, Eagles -1. The money line is -115.
Wow.
It has went all the way from 2.5, 3. Now they're favored by a point. As the beginning of the show, I said, I wonder where it goes at kickoff.
Yeah, we had someone texted in upset. How you call us to pick them? They're still dogs.
Well, it depends on. I think we explained that.
Yeah, I'm still looking at now. Kind of enticing on.
Is FanDuel the same thing?
They're still +1.5.
Oh, okay.
I can see the profit boost token. I'm probably going to read something about that coming up.
Okay, maybe you should get some action on that.
All right.
That's interesting. All right, Kyle and Willow Grove, hang tight, brother, because we're going to start with you on the other side. 610-632-0975. We got an interesting text that plays into the statement game conversation from earlier. The Eagles and the Packers. Is this a statement for the Eagles or a statement for the Packers? We'll talk about it coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Finally, some Eagles football. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a game there in Green Bay to play the Packers, a rematch of last year's wild card matchup. Nick Sirianni, looking for his third win of the Packers in 15 months, spoke about the respect he has for the other side over the weekend.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach Flores won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, yeah, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
Those two matching up Monday Night Football tonight in Green Bay. We'll get you ready for it with the Birds Insider pregame show beginning at 6 o'clock right here on The Fanatic. Sixers lost 111-108 to the Pistons last night. Tyrese Maxey, 33 points for him in the loss. Sixers back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. You can listen to that game right here on The Fanatic. Union finally know when they'll play their conference semifinals game. That's going to be November 23rd against NYCFC at 7:30. This update's brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfied every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free for a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
right, Football Mondays on Middays with Mark, sponsored by the local Bryant Home Comfort Team. Visit nopaybryant.com to keep your HVAC in the starting lineup. See what they did there? In the starting lineup. Football Monday.
Makes sense. I didn't get that. Now it all checks out.
Coming up next segment. Sorry.
How about that?
I had to toggle between pages.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's where we talk about some football things from the weekend. We play sound with it, and we discuss.
I might upset some people.
Perfect.
I might. I'm really like this is one of those I'm sitting on the couch yesterday thoughts that I had, and I was like, if I go to air with this in this town, I might get attacked.
So you may do it, or it may
I'm going to do
upset
it.
people. Okay,
I'm going to do it. I just was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, it's something I'm pondering, and I'd like either reassurance or what I expect to be just torched and told that I'm a moron.
That would be great.
Yeah,
actually, that's what I'm rooting for. Well, that's what it's all about.
How about that? Yeah, a segment that starts like that where I end up being called a moron by the end. It's an all-time brutal run for me.
Let's go to Kyle calling from my hometown of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Kyle, go ahead. How are you?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What up, Kyle?
Real quick, I just wanted to say I'm the pay-per-view commentator. We talked last week.
Yeah, I remember you.
Disconnected. Yep. So two things before I get into that. I just want to say the Chargers ran the tush push on Monday Night Football back-to-back plays last night. Nobody spoke about it.
Oh, did you see?
Right?
It's so hard to officiate. They left early. Did you see any super slow-mos of the play?
It's on national television. It's actually the game that everybody gets to watch. They did it back-to-back times. They failed on the third down, and then they lined up and they did it again. The announcers didn't mention it. Nobody talks about it. I saw the false start, but who am I, right?
But that's every short yardage play. If you put it in super slow motion, you're going to see an offensive guard leave a half a second early.
Well, hey, I saw a receiver get injured on a drag route yesterday. Maybe we should take the drag route out. I think it's not safe, right? So, hey, listen, my little brother's a Packers fan. We got some money on the game tonight.
Ooh.
So I'm pretty excited. Sirianni's 3-0 against the Packers with a playoff win. I kind of look at us to the Packers as how I was looking at the Buccaneers to us before we won this season. They just give us trouble. We just give the Packers trouble, right? So I'm very comfortable with that game, and I think we should win. I got the score 34-24 Birds. I expect us to score a lot. Done. Ray, I followed you on Instagram. Shoot me a follow back. I want to send you the flyer for a major pay-per-view going down December 6th in Philadelphia at the Nodo. Cassidy versus Easy, the block captain. I will be on the commentating crew for that event. And if you can just DM me, I'll make sure you get in. VIP, we'll get you a section done, a +2, and you can come kind of see, what we do as far as commentating and professional battle rap. That's actually what I do. So.
A +2?
Hit me with a follow back.
All right. I'm in on this.
Yeah, that actually sounds better to me. Get a date.
Yeah, so just, hey, listen. How about that? And listen, one of my lines is when I'm doing the intro of the commentary, I'll say, "Welcome, we are live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for tonight's festivities. It should be a spectacle." So that's one of my lines. If your friends will tell your pros, he will is one of my lines. Yeah, and then one more. As we deliver battle rap live into your living room, and that's another one of my lines. So yeah, so you guys. Make sure you DM me back. I'll get you in the show December 7th in Philadelphia.
All right, December 7th in Philadelphia. Battle rap.
All right. I got plans.
Right, well, I'm right up your alley. I know you're a big fan of battle rap, right?
I'm in. You kidding me? Anywhere someone says I'm a VIP, I'll sign up. I'm there.
You're in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Invite me to VIP places. +2. People don't even want to see me. He wants to see me +2 people I know.
Yeah, +2.
Yeah.
So you and who are you going to bring?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's on yeah, but
it's a personal question.
I know. That's why I'm asking. We got to get you a date for the event. How about that?
That's a personal
DM dating
question.
with Ray Dunn.
No.
Yep. Coming up. Coming up very soon. Very soon. What did we say we were going to talk about this segment in addition to?
We got a text.
Oh, okay. Yes.
This text goes back to the statement conversation, and unnamed texter, or Tim from Delco, there we go. Who have the Eagles beaten? Tampa? KC isn't even elite at 5-4. Oh
God.
Which is kind of goes along the lines of, for the Packers, it's absolutely a statement game. Are there people out there that go into this game tonight with a show me mentality for the Eagles? It's been 2 weeks. They won in dominating fashion over the Giants. It's the Giants. They got themselves back on track. I don't necessarily have the show me mentality for tonight. I have the more don't make me nervous about the Lions game mentality for tonight.
Right.
But I think Tim is probably not alone in that thought process.
Chiefs is more than a quality win. Chiefs were 0-1 on the road at home. Eagles were on the road. Come on, give me a break. Chiefs isn't a quality win. The Rams, although you needed back-to-back blocked field goals, so you could maybe say it's a little bit fluky, that's an excellent win. The Buccaneers got beat by the Patriots yesterday at home. Still a quality win. What are we talking about here? The Cowboys. I know the Cowboys ain't great. Quality win. At the Vikings, quality win. I'm not going to tell you the Giants at home is a great win or anything like that. But like they already have a number of quality wins. Really, this is what we're doing. Eagles haven't beaten anybody this year. It's ridiculous. Packers, Lions, Cowboys. If the Eagles lose tonight, see, like, right, it's a good way of putting it. I don't look at this game as it's a must-win for the Eagles, or like if they lose, that's a statement that they're not good enough. I don't believe that for a second. This next gauntlet, for lack of a better term, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers. If they go 3-2 in these games, they're on pace to go 12-5. So they got the Bills the second to last week of the season. You have the Commanders twice. You have the Raiders. You should win all three of those games. This isn't a game tonight where if they lose, I'm going to come in tomorrow and be like, this team's not winning the Super Bowl. It's not. I think the game is more important for the Packers as far as looking at the Super Bowl. If the Packers were to lose tonight, now it's like, yeah, they're really not good enough.
I don't think it's a statement on their capabilities. I think it is one of these games that determines the path you have to take. Like, you win tonight, it doesn't guarantee you a 1 seed. You still have the Lions coming up Sunday night, but it's a conference win over a team that you expect to be in the postseason. It makes the path a little bit easier. You could stomach a little bit more a loss to the Lions. Like, you could start to talk about, okay, if they drop that game, they still have the chance for the number 1 seed. They lose tonight, we come in here tomorrow like there's a fire under your rear ends because you need to go beat the Lions.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you need to make sure that you're in a good spot seeding-wise. Like, we're going to go from, what a great bye week, we're on top of the world, to, oh, geez, man, what are we going to be, the 3rd seed here?
Now you have pressure to beat the Lions.
Right.
Otherwise, you drop 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And then you're staring down the barrel. I mean, not that you're worried about the Bears the following week, but you have to beat the Cowboys and then the Bears, right? Yeah, at the Cowboys, 425 Tom Brady game. It's weird to say that. Bears, you have a short week there at home against the Bears, and you're at the Chargers. The Chargers might use the tush push against you. Wouldn't that be humiliating?
Justin Herbert, big dude.
Yeah,
maybe you can make it happen.
That offensive line stinks. He was getting beat up bad yesterday.
Oh, while we're talking about, because it's not in my. Actually, no, we're gonna get to it. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk about it coming up. I forgot about what you have for how about that.
Yeah, we're going to do a couple of how about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. So it's kind of our thoughts on the football weekend with some sound. How about that? It's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Raid Zone, and the FanDuel Sportsbook app in partnership with Valley Forge is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win with FanDuel, any play could be the play of the game. Tonight, FanDuel is giving all customers a 30% profit boost token. I mean, are you kidding me? Right now, still on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. I'm looking at this app right now. This game tonight, the Eagles still 1.5 dogs on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. I'm feeling confident about the game. So I'm sitting here looking at this. They're minus 102 on the money line right now. Plus 1.5 if you want to go on the spread. I think that's where you go with it. You claim the profit boost token. You throw a little bit on the birds. When the birds win, you win. And even if that's not necessarily the way you want to go, maybe you feel really good about a prop, you've got this 30% profit boost token for Monday night. You need to make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Visit FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone and play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 plus, the President of Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the energy drink. Originally, it was called Skittles flavor, but it's no longer Skittles flavor. It's called Cosmic Rainbow with the exact same packaging.
So they don't work with Skittles anymore, but the flavor sells well.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Except it just doesn't say Skittles anymore. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who do you think ended that deal?
Skittles. They probably wanted more money, and they said no. These are good, though. These C4s, they actually make me itch.
Oh?
Whatever is in here makes your skin itchy. You ever had there's some kind of pre-workout stuff that if you take it makes you really itchy if your body's not used to it?
Yeah.
It feels like that.
I mean, I know you've seen my physique. For those that haven't, I don't really give off the vibe of a guy that does a lot of pre-workout.
No. I don't see creatine in your...
No, not really in my rotation. Energy drinks also not in the rotation.
Yeah, why is that?
Coffee does the trick.
Yeah, but that has calories. These have 0 calories.
I don't know. Again, if you look at my physique, if you think the calories are where I'm going with the concern right now.
So, Ray, the move to do is to toggle between energy drinks and coffee. That's what I do all day.
See,
not good for your heart.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to get in the whole family history thing here.
Oh, boy.
Not really good hearts in the Dunn family. So I try to stay away from the energy drinks.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to keep me around for a good long time.
Fair enough. We need an open for how about that, by the way?
Yeah, we do. We do.
We'll work on that.
It was one of those, I was, we've done this segment now 2 weeks. The first weekend we were going to do it, I was like, all right, let's put an open together for this. And I went to write it.
That?
And every time I went to write it, I was like, that sucks.
I can do it. You know what you use, Ray? ChatGPT.
Real quick, before we get to how about that?
Yep.
Now, breaking sports news from 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
How about that? Brian Daboll out as Giants head coach.
Yeah. Did I say this on the air? Or did I just say this to my Giant friend? That yesterday, I said it on the air. It was perfect for the Giants. You don't want to win games. You want that coach out. You want that GM out. And the coach is now out. And you don't want to win games. You want the highest draft pick you can get. Brian Daboll gone. Yeah, like at this point, he's not coming back. I don't want him in charge of my young team. All right, there you go.
Yep, there it is.
So who's the interim coach?
Mike Kafka? Are we going to get Mike Kafka as the interim coach? Come on.
Sometimes they go with the veteran assistant coach on staff, and they let Mike Kafka worry about the offense, so it's not too much on his plate. I don't know.
Who's the DC over there?
I don't know anymore.
Giants defensive coordinator.
I know they've bounced around with a couple different guys. Most notably, the old Ravens defensive coordinator last.
Shane Bowen, our research department in here, tells me.
Who is that's Patricia.
Patricia, yeah.
Good job.
Good work, Patricia.
All right, there you go. Brian Daboll, out. Or as Mike Missinelli once said, outright or out.
Okay. We can cut that down, make that an out drop.
All right, anyway, yeah, we'll get an open for how about that. So let's go to how about that. Right.
How about that?
All right, you want me to lead off?
Yeah, go right ahead.
How about that? So, did you watch the game last night, Ray?
I was watching, in passing.
Okay, I watched every second of it. Aaron Rodgers not good. Steelers falling apart like a lot of people thought they would, and you let them off the hook. But so Aaron Rodgers not good last night. Mike Tomlin after the game asked about the quarterback. Here it is.
How would you assess Aaron's performance tonight? How would you? Next.
How would you assess Aaron tonight? The look he gave the reporter. How would you? Next question. Wow.
You really just have to hate to see it, though. I mean, I feel terribly. I really
poor
do.
Poor guy. Yeah, poor Aaron.
For a guy like Aaron Rodgers that has done the most to make it about everyone but himself, and for it to come crashing down like that is difficult.
Selfless would be the first term I would think when talking about Aaron Rodgers.
He tries to deflect all the attention from himself, and it's just difficult to watch a guy have to deal with all this negative attention that he didn't bring upon himself.
I mean, you don't hear head coaches respond like that. Even if you're angry, you can control yourself and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at the tape. Obviously, he had a couple interceptions, but we'll have to take a look." I don't know, but to come out
sweating,
he sure is.
I don't think he's sweating about losing his job because at this point it is what it is. He's sweating about the graphic. If we lose the back-to-back NFC East champion graphic and the Mike Tomlin winning season graphic, in the same calendar year, what will television producers do with the end of the season in the NFL?
They're going to win 9 games. 9-8, maybe make the playoffs, maybe not make the playoffs. I'm sure of that. All right.
I don't know, man.
How about that?
All right, what you got?
All right, for me, I might have an MVP case for running back again. I think I'm falling for it again. Sunday morning, Jonathan Taylor. Take a listen. This incredible 83-yard run.
They got second and short. That means it's Taylor time, and he's got the first down, and he busts away from the pack for plenty more. Jonathan Taylor, big run. There he goes, and Indianapolis takes the lead.
How about that, Jonathan Taylor?
How about that?
And
that run right there, I didn't realize he had. I knew, he's fast, but he just outran everybody.
He outran.
Guys had angles on him.
Everyone, and he looked like he had run into a pile that he was just going to get the first down. It would be over.
And he scooted out and then just went down the left sideline.
So
it was something.
In my own curiosity, I went and looked yesterday through 10 games. Last year, Saquon Barkley had 1,137 rushing yards, 210 receiving yards, 10 total touchdowns. Taylor in that time, 1,139 rushing yards, 260 receiving yards, and 17 total touchdowns. He has 7 more touchdowns than Barkley had a season ago. He has more receiving yards, 2 more rushing yards. Of course, week 11 or the 11th game of last season was the big Rams game for Saquon that pushed him really over the top and got him into the MVP conversation. But if Jonathan Taylor continues to produce like this, I know I did this last year with at some point you have to give someone that's not a quarterback an MVP. We have to
But you do.
Consider it.
Well, so here's the question. Who's the obvious candidate at quarterback? Is there one? Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
No.
Darnold,
No,
May,
I'm out.
where you're starting to walk down that path.
May, he didn't have a great game yesterday, but I mean, I'm trying to pull it up right now. Jonathan Taylor, and Saquon got screwed because of the tush push.
Right.
If Jonathan Taylor has 25 touchdowns and 2,000 rushing yards and 500 receiving yards, how do you not give him the MVP?
And I would venture to say that Colts offense is less impressive than the one that the Eagles put together a year ago, just talent-wise.
Obviously, yes.
And this is the thing that I was thinking that you don't want to say it in Philadelphia in this market, but I'm going to say it. Jonathan Taylor, 2025 right now, more impressive to me than 2024 Saquon Barkley through 10 games.
Ooh. Yeah, but he didn't do a jump over, backwards jump.
Yeah, well, the reverse hurdle. That's the thing. That you want to come after me for that, you can come after me for that one. That was the thought I was having sitting on my couch yesterday after watching that Colts game.
I would disagree. I would put them even right now. Last year, and you can look on YouTube at my old job.
Mm-hmm.
I had said it was when Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley were kind of neck and neck, and I had said Saquon Barkley's the best running back in the NFL. And so many, because this gets to Ravens fans and other people are like, "You're crazy. He's not better than Derrick Henry." Okay, he had that look last year that he was better than Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor has the look this year, man.
Yeah, it's the look of the best running back in the NFL.
Why am I not seeing MVP odds? Maybe they're adjusting them right now. Anyway. Oh, no, here it is. Regular season MVP right now. Matthew Stafford, Drake May, Pat Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor.
Stafford. That's the MVP.
Stafford.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, that settles that debate. Running back will get left behind again.
There you go.
How about that?
Leaving pro football, let's go to Penn State, Indiana. Very entertaining game on Saturday. I watched pretty much every minute of it. But the game and Indiana's final touchdown broke Gus Johnson on the call with Fox. Listen. Gus kind of has the unconventional, like any of the other, I don't know, polished guys out there, like Tarico, for instance. Gus is that he's like a fan. Give him a microphone. Ah! College basketball, Gus.
He's entertaining. I'm entertained by it.
In the pros, I'm okay. I'm good. College football, absolutely. I love because he's not very. Hey, back the pass, throw.
Yeah.
4th down. Back the pass. Throw. And I like that. Joe Klatt's good, too. I actually like that broadcast.
Yeah.
I do. Klatt's good.
I enjoy it. I just couldn't believe, when it happened, it's like, did someone take his mic? Did a kid get loose on the sideline?
Was he laying on the ground half dead? All right, do you have one more? How about that?
No.
Hold on.
How about that?
All you.
All right. Well, we'll save this for later because we have plenty of time left. All right. The whole 6-7 thing, because it has to be explained a little bit. But the president was in the booth yesterday with Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma, and it went about as well as you would expect it to.
Yeah.
With those two guys, and this isn't a political thing or anything about Trump. It's more about Jonathan Vilma.
I think that's where 6-7 finally died.
Yeah.
I think that might be it. I think finally it's over.
Oh, it's not over.
It has to be.
For fourth graders, it's not. The fourth graders are still doing it. 6-7. I find myself, I'm doing it too because the sixth graders won't stop. The fourth graders won't stop doing it.
Well, ever since we brought up on the air, I'm doing my roster sheets yesterday for the game tomorrow night, and these guys are listed at 6-7, and I'm like,
6-7.
Hate this.
You can't get away from it.
Horrible.
610-632-0975. It's very soon we're going to check in up in Green Bay. Haley Taylor Simon of 97.5 The Fanatic up in Green Bay with Phillies sports trips. She gives us the latest. What is going on up there? I saw lots of social media videos. People are going crazy. So we're going to check in with Haley live from Green Bay. That's coming up. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Birds finally back in action. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. For the first time in 15 days, the Eagles will play a game. They're in Green Bay to play the Packers in a rematch of last year's wild card matchup. Nick Sirianni is looking for his third win over the Packers in the last 15 months, but did speak over the weekend about the respect he has for that group.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach Flores won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
Tonight, getting you ready for the game is the Birds Insider pregame show beginning at 6 o'clock with Connor Thomas and myself. The Sixers lost 111-108 to the Pistons last night, going 1-1 over the weekend. Tyrese Maxey had 33 points in the loss. They're back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. Catch that game right here on the Fanatic. Union finally know when they're playing their conference semifinals game against NYCFC. It'll be November 23rd at 7:30. This update is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Todd on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We're back. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group Station, broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. 1 o'clock hour brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together. So does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call them at 610-980-4000. Haley Taylor Simon, 97.5 The Fanatic. She's all over the place. Mornings, nights, weekends, flyers. She's in Green Bay. She's going to join us coming up live with a check-in and an update on what happened this weekend and what's going on right now. Are they in Green Bay or are they in Appleton? I've always heard people staying in Appleton or Milwaukee. I don't know where Philly Sports Trips is.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, yeah.
There you
I know
go.
people that flew into Chicago, did the trek from Chicago.
Yeah, they're saying right now with air travel that so many flights are being canceled because of the government shutdown. I read something last night that said if you plan on flying somewhere, book 2 flights with 2 different carriers if you want to make sure that you're better chance of not getting delayed or your flight canceled. It's like, oh, yeah, sure, let me book 2 flights.
Yeah. Instead of spending $500 to fly somewhere, I'll spend $1,200. That's good. Yeah.
And then what happens when you have to cancel it? Now you're getting credit, or you have to purchase the ticket where you can get refunded? I don't know.
So you're spending more money. Yeah. Oh, good. This is working. Yeah.
How about I just purchase a plane ticket and the government doesn't totally screw it up to where I can just go on it? And I can take the flight.
That sounds nice. Sounds like the way it should work.
Anyway, yeah, a lot of people experiencing travel delays. In fact, who was it? Were you telling me this morning, or was it Vito that was telling me this? That there was somebody that he knew that was flying out of Newark, New Jersey, and going wherever. Flight got delayed till Tuesday.
That was Vito, yeah.
So he drove. Said, you know what? Let's go. Drove from Newark, New Jersey to Green Bay, Wisconsin, or wherever they were supposed to stay. Any idea, when I did this morning at least, how long the trip from here to Green Bay would be?
From here to Green Bay. 16 hours.
13 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh, wow. Me driving, it's 10.
$67.94 in tolls.
That's just to get to Pittsburgh.
I don't know why there's 94 cents in tolls. It's actually a straight shot. You take the turnpike to the Ohio Turnpike, and then, I don't know, you're only a couple miles off of the turnpike. I don't know.
I mean, I would
drive it.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I've driven long time. Like I'm fine with driving. I've driven to Charlevoix, Michigan, which is 15 hours. It's on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan on the lake.
Oh wow.
My cousin Keith got married up there. His wife's from Charlevoix, and I just did a straight shot. Didn't stop except for gas and whatever. It was a nice drive. I didn't mind it.
I like a good long drive.
Coming home sucks.
Yeah,
but
that's like anything.
Yes.
If you're excited for the traveling home, I don't get on a flight home like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to sleep on this flight. I get on that flight like I'm miserable because I'm thinking about 1,000 things waiting for me at home.
No, I get on the flight and sleep. I
sleep, but I'm still miserable.
Oh, you're miserable. So
yeah.
All right. So I'm just let me sleep for a couple hours. I'm great.
Yeah, no.
I take the Dramamine, and by the time I get on the plane, I'm ready to go to sleep.
Oh, you take the Dramamine?
I do.
I get the tall IPA at one of the airport bars.
Yeah, because of my weak bladder, I don't want. I literally don't drink anything because I don't want to have to get up and go to the bathroom. I like the window seat. I don't want to have to be worried about going to the bathroom. Literally, the minute before I'm ready to go to sleep in the plane, I will go to the bathroom, empty my bladder, and then come back and go to sleep. I have it down to a science. I was looking at they're like sodium pills or something to absorb the liquid in your body.
Wow.
I don't really think it, but someone told me about it. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm out on that, but
I'm odd.
Good luck. Yeah.
Over the weekend, Ray, I decorated for Christmas. Your thoughts?
Congratulations.
Not outside.
Not outside.
No tree yet.
Yeah.
We just ran out of time for the tree. Otherwise, it probably would have went up. But proof was on my Instagram story at John Marks Media.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's too early just because I feel like a guy with my schedule versus a guy with your schedule, anyone like me throwing stones at when you decorate for Christmas, you kind of have to do it when you can do it.
Well, you leave that for everybody else to criticize me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've grown to the point. Like, if you listen to Christmas music at this point, it's too early. But I'm not going to, upset people with when they can decorate for Christmas because ultimately it fits into your schedule. I'm done battling that.
No, it's not the schedule. It's just like when we took down the Halloween stuff, rather than putting up the Thanksgiving stuff, we just went right to Christmas. And it makes everybody happy. And as far as, you should tell Alexa to listen to 97.5 The Fanatic. In my house, they're telling Alexa to listen to Christmas Pop music channel, which was done all weekend.
Yeah, it's a little too early for me.
Yeah, whatever.
I wait till I get up from the Thanksgiving dinner table.
So that's when you decorate for Christmas?
Well, no,
you have
the
Christmas
music.
Oh, okay.
No. Me decorating for Christmas?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got 2 roommates, man. Like, I'm lucky if there's anything on the wall.
Now, do you have holiday music for the returns?
We will.
But to me, that's last week before.
Yeah, I'm not breaking that out December 1st. Silver bells.
What's your go-to Christmas?
That's a good question.
Are you a modern Christmas person, or do you like
I kind of like the sweet tones of years gone by, you know?
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I mean, I could go for Mariah at any time, but just about anything else that came out, like, post-1990, you could leave. I would go for more of a retro, like...
You Mariah Carey?
Like Bing, Frank.
All I Want for Christmas Is You?
No, I
Mariah
said
Carey?
I'll go for Mariah. Outside of that, you can, modern Christmas. Salciunas is big. Bublé's you'll hear him get into that around the...
Bublé is, nice voice.
Yeah.
I've embraced the newer stuff.
All right.
Listen,
that's fine.
I like it all.
Yeah. We'll play it for you.
We'll play it for you here on 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia. All right, well, there you go. Any worry that Jair Alexander not making the trip? And not that we had any worry anyway, but still, even when we said that, we were saying, like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm never going to lose sleep over it. But wouldn't it be nice if it worked out and you actually had a corner? And even at the back of your mind, you're hoping, you're like, you know what? Nah, like maybe this does work out. Not starting out the way that you hoped it was going to start out. All right.
No, not at all. We were hoping for anything but this. I mean, even if he just made the trip and, like, we didn't see him a ton, and tomorrow, like, for one segment, we were like, not allowed Jair Alexander. And after the game, Sirianni said, well, it's a lot to learn that Fangio system, yada, yada, yada. We think Jair's going to help us, blah, 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 blah. Like, that would have been nice. Now I'm waiting patiently for the Fangio presser this week where he says, how we really wanted to go out and get that guy, and that's going to make me realize that Fangio thinks he's cooked. That's how Fangio tells you that somebody's cooked. How he liked him. Adoree Jackson, how he wanted him. Bryce Huff was not cooked, but how he wanted him.
Right.
Like, that's the way he tells you that that guy's not his guy.
Right, and they're inactive or not playing, and
Ojulari for a lot of the beginning of this season.
With Howie, if you remember with Doug, Howie and the front office used to kind of tell Doug what to do and who was going to be on the roster or whatever. Ain't no one doing that to Fangio. So like you had said with Bryce Huff, Vic doesn't like him, he's not playing. He gets traded.
Right.
If he's not active next week, then he's probably gonna he could get released or he retires or something like that.
No, he's here for leadership and confidence. Don't you remember?
Leadership, confidence, and what else did he say?
Vibes.
Vibes, yeah. He's like chief vibe officer.
Yeah, we got Stubbs in the secondary.
By the way, according to Uncle Jamie, Kafka is the interim head coach.
I was a big Kafka guy back in the day.
Why?
Just because I thought his name was funny.
Oh.
I was like, 10?
So no real reason.
No, not football reason.
Oh.
I was the backup to the backup was my favorite quarterback growing up.
When was Kafka here? I don't remember. He was
like
such
late, like early 2010s, maybe like late.
I was going to say before Doug. Because then he went to Kansas City, and I think that was his last stop. And then he coached in Kansas City.
Might have been a Cobb backup. Like
so maybe
era.
Maybe this is a tryout for Kafka.
You can't just keep him, right?
Well, that's why I would have went with somebody else unless it's a tryout, because he was a guy that was looked at as being a
right. He was a bright young mind.
Yeah.
He was one of those we're going to fast track this dude to a job type thing. I don't know. Good for him. Notable former Eagles quarterback gets promotion at work. Like
notable.
Any guy where I could go onto Madden and make them the starting quarterback and see if I could win with him was a pretty notable quarterback from my childhood.
All right. Well, notable for different reasons than you. All right. Well, at least for me. All right. Coming up, Haley Taylor Simon live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Birds and Birds fans have evaded Wisconsin. Her report, what's it been like this weekend, and when are they going to the game? What's been going on? All that coming up next with Haley right after this. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Start your morning off right.
Marks Football Mondays, sponsored by the local Bryant Home Comfort Team. Visit nopaybryant.com to keep your HVAC in the starting lineup. Eagles, Packers, yes, we made it. They are back. Lambeau Field. I've never been to Lambeau Field. It's definitely a bucket list. Zach Berman earlier said it's the bucket list, but then you're not going back 5 times.
Yeah, probably not.
Wrigley Field, bucket list. I want to go back.
Oh, bury me in Wrigleyville.
Everything about Wrigleyville, Chicago, the food.
I might go in the off season just for fun.
It's a great, as long as it's not too cold. But Chicago's great. So let's go out to the Comcast Business Hotline and speak to one of our own. She's out watching the Eagles against the Packers tonight with Phillies Sports Trips. Haley Taylor Simon joins us right now. I don't know where exactly they are. Let's find out. Haley.
Hello. It is so cold, John. So cold out here. I'm in the middle of downtown Green Bay right now.
What does that look like? So you guys are staying in Green Bay?
Yeah, we're in Green Bay.
Are you at a Moose Lodge in Green Bay? Where exactly are you staying?
We're staying at a Comfort Inn. Listen, it's a bed. It's warm. That's
Right.
the key thing. It's warm. It's so cold.
I'm sure it's nice. So how cold is it? Is it a different cold? Because I saw it's in the 30s right now. I was looking at the weather. Is it colder than the temperature would let you believe?
Yeah, no, it feels like it's like negative 10 degrees. I'm standing outside right now. The sun is out and my hand's completely numb. It's horrible.
Did you bring appropriate clothes to wear? Do you have a heavy jacket and things like that?
Somewhat. I have, I have some heavy clothes. I underestimated it. The weather said it's going to be like 30 degrees. I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. And it definitely feels that bad.
All right. So what's the vibe up there? How many fans are you with? And is it a sea of green in Green Bay the last couple days?
Well, it's going to be a sea of green because it's the Packers. But in terms of the Eagles,
Kelly Green.
Kelly Green. It is all Eagles. Everywhere I'm going, it's all Eagles fans. Hundreds of us flooding. I'm at this place called the Creamery right now, and it's all Eagles fans, no Packers fans whatsoever. It's insane. At Lambeau yesterday, we took a stadium tour, and you just heard Eagles chants the whole entire time. And we took over Lambeau the day before the game.
So I've heard in previous trips that the Packers fans are very accommodating and they're friendly, as opposed to
Gosh, I love them.
Eagles fans. So you've experienced the same thing. Everybody up there is very nice.
They're too nice. Like, it's nice to the point where I'm like, is something going on? But they are such nice people. I put on like one of those cheese head things because one of the Packers fans was like, you have to try it. And I'm like, okay, go Birds, but I'll try it. Everyone's so kind, though.
Yeah, like in the parking lots when you're just walking, I had a friend that went up there and people are like, hey, would you like a brat? Hey, would you like to come over to our tailgate? Hey, oh, you're from Philadelphia. People inviting you to eat at their tailgate. So I think you're going to have fun. What is this? What's the tailgate like? What does Philly Sports Trips have planned for you guys?
Oh, man, we have like this insane tailgate later today. It's going to be like 3 hours long, tons of food, open bar. They have been such great hosts, John. I have to tell you, we had a pre-tailgate party last night, and it was insane. We all became like a family on this trip. I can't even explain and put it into words how special this is.
Oh, man, you're going to get me emotional. You sound like this is a very cool thing.
This is what being an Eagles fan is all about. It's emotional, it's joyful, and it's exciting. Like, this is so cool.
All right, so you fly into Milwaukee and then you take a bus. Is that true? Is it like a 2-hour bus ride to where you guys are?
Oh, no. We just flew into Green Bay. We had a private charter because of Philly Sports Trip.
Oh, wow, Ray. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Flying a private charter. That must have been something.
Yeah, I felt really bougie, actually. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, this was actually so insane. But this is the kind of treatment you get with Philly Sports Trips.
All right. Haley Taylor Simon, live from Green Bay. Were you eating lunch? You having a liquid lunch? What's going on up there?
Oh, I've been having too much liquid. I'm going to actually eat some real food and continue the liquid on at the tailgate.
All right. Solid base of food so you get something in you. And then, for every non-water you have another non-water. All right. Don't.
I have to say warm somehow, so you got it.
All right. Thanks for checking in, Haley. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right. There she is. Haley Taylor Simon, live from Green Bay. Where's the bucket list for you, Ray? Where you want to go that you haven't seen a game? Any sport, college? For me, the first thing that jumps in my mind, because we're right in the middle of college football season, and as I've gotten older, I watch more college football now than I've ever watched. I would love to see like the Red River rivalry or one of the SEC schools on one of the big weekends. You go down Death Valley. I'd like to see.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I'd like to go down to like in Alabama on a big game. I know a buddy of mine went University of Texas. He went down to Austin, did that. That would be fun. I've been lucky to see a lot of like Lambeau's definitely bucket list, something I want to experience.
Yeah.
Baseball, Wrigley was the one that I really wanted to get to when I got there. So
Boston, I would say, yeah, sure, check it out. It's not that far and it's easy to do. Like kind of like not but. I don't know. It's in a cool neighborhood, but the stadium itself.
Is this bad to say as a Philadelphian that I would love to see a big game at the Garden, like Madison Square Garden?
No, it's Madison Square Garden's great.
Like, I've been there. I went to Billy Joel concert there. Like, I've been to Madison Square Garden. I haven't been there for, like, the big sport event. Like, I loved the concert. The concert was great. One of the favorite concerts I've ever been to, but it was not, like, the sports atmosphere I want to experience.
Billy Joel?
Yeah, I love Billy Joel. Big Billy Joel guy. You're one of these guys who are going to tell me he's overrated.
No, not at all. I'm just surprised. I've seen Billy Joel in concert.
He's great.
He is. He's an all-timer. For sure. He had residency at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's what you saw?
That's what I saw. Back 21, 22.
One of I don't know what the name of the record is, but growing up when I was a younger kid, and it was a record that my mom would play, and I just like that's all she would play all the time, and it was the album that had Pressure on it.
The only recommendation I took from Mike, working with him for a year, was watching the Billy Joel documentary.
How was it?
It was great. Long. Very long. If you're not invested in Billy Joel, the person, I would not recommend.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I didn't check it out. Apparently, he got scammed out of a lot of his money.
Yeah, which is why he came out with that album in '89 that has "We Didn't Start the Fire" and all that.
He needed it.
Yeah, he needed it.
Brutal.
Which forced him to go back on tour, and probably the reason that him and Brinkley didn't work out.
Well, and he obviously you can be very rich when you just play a couple dates a year, and he played more than a couple dates a year.
Yeah.
Always comes to Philly, always sells. They got the banner up in the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
There you go. Look at that. Xfinity Mobile Arena.
I'm trying.
You've been trained.
I'm trying. It's
the Exmo. Going to see the X.
Just Googling Billy Joel real fast to look. It said on April 15th, 1972, WMMR featured a live broadcast of Joel performing 12 songs. As a result, Captain Jack became the most requested track in the station's history. It was soon an underground hit on the East Coast. So when we talk about Pierre was probably there for that almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yep. So that's whenever I hear Billy Joel, I think of growing up and hearing that. Yeah, it was the An Innocent Man.
Mm-hmm. Great song.
Oh, yes, I am.
That's in the regular rotation for me, Innocent Man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm dead serious.
On what?
I love that. Driving around, maybe taking a walk. Great song. It's a great hit.
Can you sing a little bit for us?
No.
Are you
absolutely
sure?
not. I'm positive. I don't want to disparage that good man like that.
All right, one Billy Joel song that you can only listen to. Uptown Girl?
No.
That was poppy. That's on my phone. I like Uptown Girl.
I listen to it. I wouldn't be the one that I would choose.
Piano Man?
Piano Man, that's if I'm doing karaoke, I'll do Piano Man for sure.
Okay.
That's one.
I like Pressure's really good because it has the background music's really cool.
I enjoy Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. I'm a big fan of the old Scenes from an Italian Restaurant.
I don't believe you.
I am. I'm dead serious.
That's what Mike would say.
And?
Ed? Okay, all right. Well,
you
listen.
not believe Mike on that one?
No, he's your co-signer in the Billy Joel fan.
Just in the YouTube chat, MBD here. Downeaster Alexa. That's another really good one that I enjoy.
What is it?
Downeaster Alexa.
I don't know that one.
Ah, there you go. I think that was on that last album with.
Was it?
Yeah, with We Didn't Start the Fire.
All right. Well, I guess that's why.
Yeah, we'll get you that one. We'll get you. We'll walk you over to MMR.
What will happen tonight? We'll break it down one final time. And remember, the feedback segment, which is 975-FEEDBACK at 975thefanatic.com, or our text line of 610-632-0975. Just put feedback and put your name and location on anything. That's the final segment of the program. We'll get back into the game, and we'll talk about it. Eagles and Packers, that's tonight. Next, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Eagles finally return. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. For the first time in 15 days, we get to watch the Eagles tonight. It's Monday Night Football in Green Bay against the Packers. Sirianni and crew have beat the Packers now already twice a season to go looking for that third time in 15 months. He spoke about the respect he has for that other side.
A lot of respect for Jordan. I think he's a really good quarterback who's made a lot of plays, won a lot of games. Coach Flores won a ton of games, with different quarterbacks. And so, yeah, a lot of respect for how he runs the offense.
Tonight, Birds pregame show begins at 6 o'clock here on the Fanatic. Myself and Connor Thomas get you set for kickoff. Sixers won, I keep saying won because I was trying to will them to a victory last night. They won on Saturday. They lost last night, 111-108 to the Pistons. Maxey had 33 points in the loss. Back in action Tuesday night at 8 o'clock against the Celtics. You can listen to that game right here on the Fanatic. And the Union finally know when they're playing their conference semifinals game, November 23rd at 7:30 against NYCFC. This update's also brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you. Listen with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Eagles are
With Marks, make sure you follow us on social media at 975thefanatic.com, on YouTube. Subscribe, like. My social media, John, JONMARKS Media, Instagram, X. Ray Dunn is Ray Dunn with an E, 975. Is that correct?
That would be correct. Give me a follow.
Tomorrow night, Ray Dunn will be on the call. Temple, Drexel or LaSalle?
LaSalle.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll have some things to watch from that. LeBron Frames gets back at it.
Yes. Working on LeBron Frames making an appearance.
Yeah, I said to you, I said, hey, let's get LeBron Frames in before he totally blows up.
Yeah.
Which is about to happen.
It's about to happen. When he dunks tomorrow night on some poor explorer, it's going to happen.
You going to go Gus Johnson?
Unbelievable!
Oh, man.
He sounded like everything, like all the air left his body.
Yeah, it's not a traditional call of a touchdown. But it's something we've heard before where he just kind of spazzes out. All right. Eagles-Packers, last I looked, and depending on the book that you're looking at, if you're an online bettor, and listen, I'm looking more for the odds to see where money's sending games and things like that more than I'm looking to bet, but I know a lot of people out there look at this kind of stuff. Last night, the Packers were point favorites. This morning, it was even. And when we looked during the show, it was the Eagles are now favored by 1 point. So regardless of any of that, I look at this game tonight as not a winner, a must-win situation. And then when you lose a must-win, what are you going to do? Give up the season? You're not. But I'm looking at the next 5 games as, all right, worst case scenario, the Eagles have to go 3-2 over the next 5 games. You have to be healthy, then you make your move into the playoffs. Not that I believe that they're going to go 3-2, because everything that I saw for the Eagles heading into the bye and having the bye week almost at the perfect time, getting healthy, and what I saw from the offensive line protecting Jalen Hurts, what I saw from the offensive line and creating running lanes for Saquon Barkley, I am confident that the Eagles are winning this game tonight. Coming off of the bye, Eagles have fared very well under Nick Sirianni, 4-0 in bye weeks. And I look at the Packers as a playoff team. I look at the Eagles as one of the best teams, if not the best team in the NFC. And I think you're going to see that tonight. A statement game from the Eagles saying, no, we are actually the best team in the NFC, and the Eagles win the game semi-comfortably. I have it 26-20. The Eagles beat the Packers as they stop the Packers on a late drive to try to win the game, and they give us all a heart attack, and the Eagles win the game and cover, at least if you have them at a point. So, what do you think, Ray?
All right, me personally, I think they'll win this one 27-17. I feel like it's not going to be a real sweated-out type of night. I don't necessarily know what's driving that. I think the offense found some answers. The offense has gotten healthier. This Packers team right now is not that healthy. No. They do get the extra day after the Panthers lost, but I can't really factor into my analysis here. They're going to be motivated after the Panthers game, given they're playing the reigning Super Bowl champions. If you can't get motivated for that, then this team is a house of cards waiting to fall anyways. So I think this Packers team is good. I think we're going to find out just how good the Eagles are tonight. And I think that's going to be a nice send-off into a Lions game we'll probably be overconfident going into.
Yeah, Nolan Smith returns tonight. You're getting BG in the rotation. You're getting Jalen Phillips. This defensive line is the best that's going to look all season. Carter's finally getting healthy. Jordan Davis is out there. Pressuring Jordan Davis and sacking him and causing him to get off of his spot, that's how you win the game tonight. And I think this is a Saquon Barkley night. As I mentioned earlier, my Bet Parks pick of the night is a parlay. Saquon Barkley going over 100 yards. Eagles winning, Saquon Barkley going over 100 yards. I don't think there's a scenario where he rushes for 100 yards and they don't win the game. If he's running for 100 yards, that probably means a big play, and it probably means the Eagles have controlled the clock for a lot of the game. So offensive line health, defensive line is back. Saquon Barkley looks like if you squint, Ray, it looks like Saquon from last year. Got to squint still.
But it's not Jonathan Taylor.
It's not Jonathan Taylor this year, no. And
I was surprised I didn't get totally trashed for that one. A few people agreed. A few people called me some things.
I mean, I look at it and I'm like, you know what? Like, what he's doing is really impressive. Coming off an injury, same kind of thing with Saquon. People wondered, is he done or not? He's not done.
Not
Hell of
done.
a player.
Neither is Saquon. Big game tonight.
Big game tonight from Saquon. What's the text line saying with predictions and things like
All
that?
right, which end of the spectrum do you want to start on?
You pick.
All right, we'll start with the ultra positive. Steve in Wilmington. I really believe it's going to be 31-10 Eagles, not overconfidence. I just don't think Green Bay is really that good.
Yeah, I think they're a playoff team. Good team. But tier 1 in the NFC right now, Eagles, Seahawks, Rams. Who am I missing the other team? I was saying it earlier.
Seahawks, Rams, Lions, Eagles.
Lions, yeah. They're the 4 best teams, and I think there's a drop-off after that, and the Packers are comfortably in that second tier.
All right, to the other side here. We got Phil, I believe this is in the YouTube chat.
Phil?
Yes, Phil Rossifer. I've got nervous Negadelphian vibes about this game. 27-20 Packers turnover bug hits the Eagles.
Yeah, they really protected the football well. Jalen's been great. What does he have? 1 fumble and 1 interception, 2 turnovers. I definitely don't have. There's no nervousness for tonight. That last Eagles game against the Giants, I was nervous because I hated what I saw in the first matchup. And you and Harry were right. You're like, this game's easy. Don't even worry about it. I don't have a nervousness for tonight. Next week against the Lions? All right.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I've already banked some Dan Campbell audio. Don't worry. There was the look-ahead spot for me. I started to get confident over the weekend. I was like, all right, we're gonna make sure the Lions stuff is ready to go by the end of the week. We got a lot of confidence in the YouTube chat. Noel in the YouTube chat says Ray's favorite quarterback gets trashed tonight, 38-10.
Wow. Yeah, this is really I guess it's a win-win for you. If the Packers do great and Jordan Love throws it all over the place, you can come in and be like, oh, I would tell you.
Well,
Jordan Love's awesome.
That'd be short-sighted because it's a win-win in the sense that I would be right about Jordan Love or the Eagles would win the football game. However, the day in which I would be taking the victory lap about Jordan Love, I'd be getting trashed all day by people saying that I hate the Eagles.
So that's Wednesday.
And the next day afterwards, I would still have to do the Eagles conversation of, is this team really good? And that's a loss. Ultimately, when you look at it, every which way is a loss for me. I have a real positive outlook on life.
That's great for me. If everything for you is a loss, that's fun. That's good for the show.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm really glad.
Not good for you.
Yeah, because
for the show.
Love has a great game tonight, and the Packers win. Tomorrow, it's Ray's actually a Green Bay fan.
Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't just start at 10 o'clock with us.
Starts in the morning.
Yeah, it'll be like 6:20, and Salciunas will be like, oh, by the way, before we hit the break here, just want to let everyone know, Ray's really thrilled today. You should let him know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask AI, ChatGPT, to take a picture of Ray Dunn smiling while watching the Eagles game.
Yeah, great.
And
Look
put it
forward
out
to that.
there.
So, again, it's all really a loss. Somehow, if the Eagles win, it'll also be a loss. Well, because then Jordan Love will have been bad. Ray can't evaluate quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the Eagles win, nobody cares. I don't care. Jordan Love's a second-tier quarterback. He's fine.
He's got the potential to be top tier. Really does. I'm ready.
Potential to be, okay. All right, he's got to put it together. He's inconsistent. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
He hasn't developed the way you thought he was going to.
Belichick wins the breakup. I'll stand on that one. He got Mac Jones to the playoffs, man.
Okay. Actually, Belichick.
By the way, Mac Jones, back to reality.
Yeah. Well, their defense also gave up 42 points.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. Mac Jones doesn't look. He's not. I don't think he's a starter in this league.
I just remember Mad Mike, Mac Jones. If he was the Eagles quarterback, just glad we all came back to reality here.
I think he was
Speaking of
shamed.
guys that can't evaluate quarterbacks.
Mad Mike shamed into not calling into the show anymore.
Yeah, the one clip went viral, and he went, I'm going to hide.
I'm good. His wife probably got mad at him.
Oh, sad Mike.
I noticed Big Lou was, is Big Lou going to call into the feedback line? Because Mike the Boner, I haven't heard him as much on the air, but Big Lou's been featured today a couple times.
Big Lou. We might have to see if Big Lou can drop a spot for us.
He's number 2. All right, coming up, feedback. Feedback, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered with Ricky Bo, Bill Collins.
It is Middays with Marks. Unfiltered, Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo. How about this? Or how about
that?
Joe Buck, 2:30 with the guys. So Ray told me, and I'm like, yeah, well, Ricky used to play for the Cardinals. And we looked at it. It's like, yeah, he was with the St. Louis Cardinals in 1999. Right? So I said, yeah, it makes sense that they would get Joe Buck. Right? Ricky probably knows him. But, Ray, you were surprised that Buck agreed to do it, right?
I was a little surprised. Ricky was an all-star in 96.
You had mentioned
99, not necessarily his finest work.
You had mentioned that the 1 year in St. Louis, Ricky was a 4.91 ERA. So why would Joe Buck want to come on the show? That's what you were saying, not me.
You see what you do? You people wonder why Ricky and I got problems.
Well, you're the one that said it, not me.
It's really just trying to turn the pot here. After what Bill did to Ricky on Friday, I don't want to upset Ricky.
What happened to Ricky on Friday?
Oh, their Ask Me Anything segment they do for YouTube. Go subscribe to the 97.5.
I saw the video.
YouTube.
I didn't know what happened on it.
Bill said that Ricky only has a personality when he's mad.
Oh, so
he has no personality otherwise, according to Bill. Bill said that on a recorded thing.
On a recorded message?
Yeah.
And Bill just popped in and said he's not lying. Well, but he also does it.
Take up for Ricky here.
He also does it very well. I always say this with Al Pacino, the actor. Al Pacino plays Al Pacino no matter what role he does.
Yeah.
At least modern Al Pacino. Maybe in the 70s he was doing it different. He was doing something different. He had better range. But every movie Al Pacino's in, hoo-ah, right? Is that what Bill's saying about Ricky? If he's not mad and angry?
I guess.
Then he's nothing.
I don't like that. I don't like that connotation.
I don't agree with that.
I've had great times with Ricky when Ricky wasn't mad.
I've heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Ricky Batalka, so as I understand it, Ricky was like, yeah, let me text Joe Buck to see if he can come on the show. So Joe Buck responded right back and said, yeah, 2:30. So Joe Buck ahead of the Monday Night Football game.
I wonder if Joe Buck saw it in Ricky Bo, that Ricky Bo would go into media.
It's a great question for Bill Colarulo to ask.
Yeah, you remember Ricky Batalka back in 99?
So here's my question. This is 26 years ago that he played for the Cardinals for one season. Joe Buck, of course, the former play-by-play broadcaster for the Cardinals, and his dad, Jack, longtime legendary broadcaster, play-by-play, Cardinals. After 26, are you surprised that he was able to reach out to Joe Buck and get an immediate yes after 26 years? I guess they still stayed in touch. He still sees them down at the park. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
mildly surprised.
They've seen each other, I would assume.
Yeah.
Joe Buck, I feel like, especially in the last decade or so, has really done a good job of not taking himself too serious, where he kind of have fun with it. So he doesn't strike me as one of those elitist
no, not at all.
If you're not national, I'm not going to respond to your text.
No, Joe Buck's awesome.
Yeah. So I think I would think that there's a good reason why.
I know a lot of people are probably scoffing right now when I say Joe Buck's awesome. Is it still the
no?
Is it?
It shouldn't be. You need to move past that take if you still have that take.
So the Eagle fan that says Joe Buck roots against us.
Yeah. And then you go to New York, and New York thinks that Joe Buck hates
everything.
Then,
yeah. I feel like Collinsworth is, and I don't think Collinsworth feels like this, but he definitely enjoys the Tom Brady type stuff. And like during the Super Bowl when the Patriots are when the Patriots score touchdowns, Collinsworth gets more excited than when
he gets very excited by the storylines they wrote before the game.
He certainly does. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And that's
is that natural?
I don't know if it's natural. I always love a good emerging story, but there's also the moment when the story emerges and you're like, oh, do we have enough for this? The Brady thing, you got a million Brady stats. You got a million Brady things lined up.
Yeah, you root for storylines and things to talk about,
right?
And things like that.
Yeah, when you do pre-production, we're gonna hit this hard. This quarterback's making their first start. This is a big thing. We're going on, and then if that quarterback stinks, it's well, a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, that sucks.
Building him up is gonna be brutal. We're gonna have to. Right. So yeah, I could say that.
All right, let's get to feedback. Let's do it.
Now it's time for feedback.
How about filling us in?
I can't lie. Email us at 975feedback@975thefanatic.com.
Say it!
Let me tell you something. Or text us at 610-632-0975.
Let me tell you something else, man.
It's feedback on Middays with Marks.
All right, what do we got?
Does anybody notice how Reed Blankenship looks like Woody from Toy Story?
Devin from Missouri.
Looks like who? Woody?
From Toy Story.
No. Have you seen that?
Patricia actually said that she did. She saw it in him. I didn't. That was a text we got to our text line unprompted today.
All right, I can see it. There's a picture on Google that you look, and it's like I can see. I would never think that.
Right. Or to text it to us in the middle of the 11 o'clock hour when we're talking about gambling on baseball.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Shout
awesome.
out Devin from Missouri. And
is that who it is, Evan?
Yeah, Devin.
Devin.
Yeah,
Shout out,
great
Devin.
Observational stuff there from Devin in Missouri.
Very
Thanks for
interesting.
listening.
From Missouri.
Yeah.
As well. All right, thanks for listening. What's next?
Parsons is jealous of the Eagles because he always wanted to be one. He always talks smack. Tonight, just run at him and neutralize him. Norm from Mayfair.
Yeah, I agree with you, Norm. That is my plan. Herb from Northeast Philly, who, by the way, Herb was impressed with his call today, and he wants to come in studio. He said, liked my call today. One day I want to come in your studio.
Yep. I had texted someone after the Herb call saying that I thought at some point Herb was going to try and work his way to a second chair. That Herb believes he deserves the second chair. I can't believe that it actually hit on the exact same day I sent that text.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to have Herb Appreciation Day one day.
Oh, good. Good.
Bring him in the whole show. All right, what's next?
Ray, you are off your rocker with what you said about Jonathan Taylor. Noel from the YouTube chat.
I don't think you're off your rocker. There was huge impact by both running backs, right? Saquon Barkley had a huge impact on the Eagles last year. He was their MVP. Jonathan Taylor not doing the same thing with the Colts. Is Daniel Jones the MVP and Jonathan Taylor's their offensive player of the year? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Eagles have the best offensive line in football. They have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Right? Like, it helps.
Yeah, that was a couch take for me. That was a take that you wonder whether or not you're going to take from the couch. Like, you see it on TV, you think it in your head, and like, is that one that I really want to die on that hill?
I saw a lot of people talking about that yesterday.
I don't know if I want to die on that hill, but it was something that occurred to me.
All right, good observation. All right, what's next?
So let me get this straight. Ray was against my return, said that Jonathan Taylor's season is better than Saquon Barkley, and is a big Jordan Love fan. Are we sure he even likes the Birds? BG in Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree, BG. I totally agree.
Thank you, 97.5.
This is setting up to be a long day tomorrow.
All right, official prediction, Brandon Graham.
9 snaps.
9 snaps?
1 tackle in the run.
Okay.
He stops Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
He gets all fired up. We lose our minds.
That'd be I would settle for that.
All right.
Tackle for a loss and a sack.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
That works.
And if he does that, you better wear the BG jersey tomorrow.
Yeah. Works for me.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Ray's rap battle name is Young Mimosa. MBD in the YouTube chat.
I'll take that.
Kyle from Willow Grove is the play-by-play announcer for a rap battle that's on pay-per-view.
And then I'm getting 3 VIP tickets too.
Ray is going to it, yes.
I can't wait.
It's odd to say +2.
Hey, man.
I think he meant +1, but he just said +2.
+2. Hey,
you can bring 2 buddies, or you can bring a girl and
+2, man.
+2 girls.
Let your imagination run wild.
Uh-oh. All right.
John, I'm completely fed up with Bill Colarulo. I try to ask him one question, and he refuses to talk to me. Here I am trying to do my best, but Bill, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Colarulo, is too good for me after breaking 2 pieces of news. I am bringing hashtag cancel Colarulo back. B Dizzle from the West.
Oh. B Dizzle?
Please tell me that he's calling himself B Dizzle.
He is.
Oh, my God.
B Dizzle. Hashtag cancel Colarulo. I can't support that, but there are some people that do say that. All right, any more, Ray?
One last one.
Jari Alexander's more washed than the Brady Bunch's dishes after Alice calls it a day. Tim and Horsham.
Yeah? What about Sam the Butcher, her boyfriend? Sam would come over with some ground beef for the kids.
Oh, that's nice.
Make for dinner.
Yeah, I don't know if I got to that part of the
probably not
story development.
Or Cousin Oliver. Cousin Oliver they brought in the last season because they were running out of stuff to do.
Oh, really? All right, maybe I didn't see Cousin Oliver. I felt like that was
It's like Cousin Pam in the Cosby Show. Cousin Pam's probably worse than Cousin Oliver.
Cousin Lenny.
Cousin Lenny might be the worst of all of them. But we still like him.
He's got picks for you, though.
He's going to have picks.
Text that line.
Coming up, Unfiltered, Joe Buck at 2:30. We're back tomorrow to react to the game. See ya.
Now.
Right here on 97.5. The Fanatic Union finally know when they'll play their conference semifinals game. That's November 23rd at 7:30 against NYCFC. This update's brought to you by Straight Talk.